bitter, are peeved
Why
at this point.
Why are they giving individual apologies?
No, what I mean is, I feel like some of them are not happy with the turn of events.
So come and tell us.
Really? No, they can't.
Why?
No, you can't say. There are certain things that you cannot talk about publicly.
No, but they should come home.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Meet the president. So the $2 million, they don't want it anymore, or what? The $2 million, they don't want it. Oh, because, you know, we're also hearing rumors that even to get a call-up, it's not confirmed, by the way, but the sports journalists will know. Yesterday, I saw one player who apparently didn't make it into the team. Because
someone was alleging that if you agree to get into or to, you know, hit the call-up, you have to give up some of your money.
Yeah.
And
is that true?
Well, we don't know. So if all those things are happening, allegedly, do you think they'll be happy enough to want to come back home? Some of them don't also want to be trolled.
Robert Coleman.
But at this point, I don't think we would have trolled them anyway.
Robert Coleman, good morning to you.
Is he a Zero fan?
Yeah, I think Robert's a Zero fan. I think so. Robert Coleman, good morning to you. I don't think you went to the World Cup, did you? And if you did, are you back home? And if you're back home, why didn't you come back together? I want to understand. Why are you people coming separately? So what? Like, I don't get it. Were they not on a flight that took all of them and were supposed to come back at the same time per the tickets that were purchased for all of them? Why? Or individually they have changed the flights and now some people are going to Europe, some are going to like...
Well, to be fair, they all didn't move from Ghana to the US, right?
It's just
because
a few
some of them, yes, some of them came from, you know, their clubs, individual countries and all that. So maybe they want to go back home.
Which
Jerome Opoku, for example, I think he should go back home to his beautiful family.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's understandable. He has thanked Ghanaians.
Okay.
We're waiting, though, for, I think, the most popular at this point, your favorite goalkeeper. We're waiting for him to come home, but we're hearing that Saudi Arabia apparently has reached out. A club in Saudi Arabia has apparently reached out to him. We hope so. We hope so because he needs to make the money. It's important. But yesterday I was asking people if Ronaldo is no more the GOAT. Akora, good morning to you.
What did they say?
KTB says that he's a sheep. Roasted lamb with thyme and mint sauce, complete with sauteed potatoes and garlic cloves. Okay. Then Ghana ESPN said he's been used as a scapegoat rather. He's lucky to have been compared to Messi. That's Eric Smarts. That's his biggest achievement. It's not even close, just that he was fortunate to have been compared to him. He know be goat. What's a bebe?
A bebe is some sort of a variant of goat, and I'm
so he's still a goat, just that he's an abebe goat.
No, please clarify for us.
Abebe is grasshopper. Oh, you guys. Maysuna says he was a goat because they cannot one true goat, and that's Lionel Messi. And in as much as Ronaldo has been very exceptional and one of the has ghosted in all World Cups he has played in, that's Apex to Leo Messi. That's Evangelist. Encouraging,
so with all these responses, unity. Bella, if Messi does not win the World Cup, what will become of him?
No, but he's still the GOAT. He's won the World Cup before. He's a reigning champion. So
that is why you people are giving Ronaldo all these names.
I don't know, but
I saw what, and Chantel is pressing me to say this, but I don't want to say it. But then it read, a goat without a shoe has become suya. And
actually,
like, people,
think about it.
Like, why are you so mean, you people? Like, why are you so mean?
Hey, 90 says Sokoto goat or which one? Hey.
Oh, Lord.
Hey.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, you let me read a few.
Oh, Bella.
Let me read a few. Hold
Bella,
on.
You are very mean.
Hold on.
You are very mean.
Well, this one, Tunchi Ma says that Ronaldo might not be the GOAT of football, but he's probably one of the greatest European players to ever touch the ball, World Cup or not. And Caesar says, old age caught up with our GOAT. You know the funny thing, even when they conceded the goal, I still had his comeback feeling. I had this comeback feeling that he would always serve us, but reality caught up with me. He's just not the way he used to be, and it's understandable. He's forever the GOAT. That's Caesar Miles. So he's a fan any day, anytime. Messi fans are just a group. Okay, let me.
They're just haters.
He's Alidu the GOAT in our old English reading book.
Lord.
That's the prodigal
You
son.
people are so mean. Chachu Chikata has sent in a message that reads, good morning, Cookie T and Bella. I think Ronaldo has done enough. Playing for so many clubs and winning so many trophies is a great achievement. Cookie T, you need to give Bella Mundi a lecture on this GOAT issue. As it stands now, Ronaldo is still men's football all-time top scorer. CR7 is still the real GOAT. The other one, oh.
The other one is what? Read it.
Oh.
Read it, read it.
It's okay. Hey, you people. Anyway, my grandmother in the house is asking what a goat is because people keep saying goat, 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 goat.
Sokoto Gudali.
So in contemporary times, when we say someone is a goat, we mean he's the greatest of all time. So GOAT, greatest of all time. And that's the debate we are having in the studio this morning. But anyhow, a goat is a goat. I think Ronaldo is a goat and Messi is the goatest. So please, let's move on and go ahead. Do you have more messages, Bella? You want to read more about this? And I think yesterday was a very bad day for Portugal. And to concede a goal in the days, and I think yesterday was a very bad day for Portugal. And to concede a goal in the 90th minute, when they score you around that time, it's only a miracle that can bring you back. It's only a miracle, you know. I've seen, of course, at the club level, goals scored in the last minute, 2 goals scored in 1 minute. I've seen that before, but it's quite tough when it comes to the World Cup.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Let's move on.
CR7, we love you. I love you still. I love you.
Why did you say we and then I say I love you? It's like you are leaving me to hang dry. No, we love him.
Okay. But you were the one reading the mean messages.
I'm just reading messages.
You were the one
my job.
You asked the question,
darling.
And they sent you the answers and you read them out.
Because I asked the question. I needed to read the comments. So these comments do not reflect my personal opinion. They reflect the opinions of those who think he is not a goat, but he is a lamb. It is not me saying it. They are saying it. And Abebe and Suya and all the other names. I'm not the one saying it. You are saying it. I leave that to you. Continue to say what you want to say. I will not say that. Simple.
The politicians will say, these are your words. These are not my words. Yes, those are your words. They are not my words.
Anyway, this morning.
Let's get into the lineup for you.
I know you're going to Chado.
Yes, I'm going to Chado. That's why I'm dressed down. Yes, that's why I'm dressed down this morning. We are visiting some of the flood victims in Chado this morning. Randa, I called you last night. You called me back. I probably will come to your house and see what the level of the damage is and how you're trying to cope, you know, with the aftermath of the floods that occurred on June 29th. Most of you are still battling. Yesterday on News 360, I saw a warehouse which was, oh, Lord Jesus, the damage was, it's indescribable. I can't even think about it. And the owner of the warehouse said that when he saw the damage that was done, he actually cried. And I can sympathize and empathize with you this morning. So we'll be coming around the Chado area to see how you're coping and what life after the floods is looking like for you. But for the big issue, we are also taking a look at the we'll be taking a look at the weather updates for today, actually. And then we are talking about post-flood recovery. You know, government announces 2-day national cleanup in flood-hit regions. So we are talking, is it Friday and Saturday?
Yes, Friday and
Saturday. Friday and Saturday. And secondly, we're also taking a look at government settling the 700 million euro bond, what it means for the ordinary Ghanaian, as per the haircuts and all that we went through some time ago. Our guest will be here in studio. Dr. Ramsey Inusa, Abdul Fattah Al-Hassan would also be here. Akosia Menu, I haven't seen you in a long time, but Ako will be here also this morning. We'll top it up with some sports, and then later on, I would also be in Chado speaking to some flood victims. But however, this morning, the second phase of the crisis that we faced on 29th of June, I'm talking about the floods, is resurfacing, and health experts are telling us that cholera and skin diseases are on the rise, and the Volta region is no exception. And our Volta regional correspondent Faisal Abdul Idrisu has actually filed a report that we'll look at right after the montage is played for this morning. You're welcome to This Morning. All right, and that was the weather forecast, or that is the weather forecast for today. I think it's expected that we'll have slight rain today. Let's see how it goes. God saved us from the forecast that was supposed to have occurred on Thursday and Friday last week. I think after 29th, we haven't really had any major rain. Thanks to God, because I was thinking that if we had had an episode of that, maybe 1 or 2 more episodes of that, it would have been very disastrous. But God has spared us and saved the rest of us. So yeah, that's it for the weather forecast. Let's now go to the Volta region, of course, which was also hit by the floods on the 29th. And we are told that in the Volta region, families displaced are in or are from the Keta, Anglo, Ketu South, Ketu North, South Tong, Akachi, Adaklu, Central Tong, North Tong, and the whole and Virons. And most of the people living in these areas are now in overcrowded shelters with little sanitation. And these are, of course, the conditions that would definitely breed skin infections and some diseases such as cholera and typhoid fever. Our correspondent from the Volta region, Abdul Faisal Idrisu, has joined us on Zoom this morning. Faisal, if you can hear us, how are you doing? Hello, Faisal. You may have to unmute, Faisal. Kindly unmute so we can hear you. But hello.
Okay, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, Faisal. And you may want to raise your voice a little bit. How are you doing, Faisal?
I'm well. Yourself?
We are well here, hanging in as well. So you are bringing us a report from the Volta region, and you are telling us that there is a rise in skin disease, cholera, and typhoid fever. Is this correct?
Very correct, but specifically in Anglo-Afiading in the Keta municipality, where I have been in the 2 days. Health officials there are telling me that following the floods, they are seeing a spike in typhoid, spike in skin sore and skin infections. As of yesterday, they indicated that more and more people are turning up at the Anglo-Afiading Health Center with the issues of typhoid. They are also seeing something close to cholera. They say there's not yet cholera, but what they see is very close to it because they are seeing people with diarrhea, and it is basically an issue related to the floods in the last few days. For Anglo-Afiading in particular, they are dealing with floods and also poor sanitation because the area that is hard hit in terms of the floods in Anglo-Afiading, if we check closely now, you will see that the flood waters are mixed with refuse that has been dumped along that stretch for a long time. You also observe that there are toilet facilities, particularly the public ones, seated right in the flood waters. And the level of water across the area also means that the flood waters are mixed up with these waste. And so basically, this is what the health officials believe is leading to the increase in typhoid cases, increase in diarrhea, and also malaria in the area.
Okay, but tell us, have you visited any of these health facilities who are beginning to pick up these cases of skin disease, typhoid, and malaria, or even cholera yet? Have you visited the hospital?
Yes, I was at the Anglo-Afiading Health Center on Sunday.
Okay.
By the time I got there, there were a few people there, but they were not allowed to be filmed, and I agree. I didn't get their consent to film them, but I was at the facility. I filmed the facility. I spoke with the physician assistant there. I was with the chiefs, who also told me how worried they are. In fact, some community members were telling me that with the toilet facilities, for instance, even when the floods were not there, people could sometimes go into the bushes to ease themselves. But now that the water has taken over the toilet facilities and even the bushes, it is quite difficult. There is this issue of open defecation, which definitely will be happening. Some people tell you that whenever they are pressed, they do not know where to go. People could tell you that they've been holding on to, nature's call for a long time because they just don't know where to go. And that's exactly how the situation looks like, particularly in Anglo-Afiading currently.
Okay. And this is where I would love to ask if you have seen the activity or even personnel from NADMO in this very area trying to salvage the situation. Have you cited anyone engaged with NADMO officials?
NADMO has been on their feet since the issue of the flood. I've seen officials from the regional directorate moving across the affected areas. As of yesterday, I was with NADMO in Keta. The district director was there with a good number of volunteers. They are moving around the communities. And then I visited the Haveji flood control gate, which is supposed to be opened to allow water flow from the lagoon into the sea and essentially reduce the level of water in the lagoon, and also in turn ensure that water in the homes of people return to the lagoon. So NADMO is on the ground. As of yesterday, they told me they are also collating data again on persons that have been affected, because there are conversations around relief packages, and so they want to ensure that they have accurate data on the people that have been affected. I've also engaged some other community leaders apart from the chiefs. I spoke to the MP yesterday, who told me about the fact that within their powers, they are looking at how to first ensure that the floodwaters leave the homes of the people, then also ensure that the relief items that are coming, even if it is not full relief, it is adequate enough to bring the people back to their feet. There are also provisions for safe havens. In fact, when I was in the Angloga district a few days ago, the safe havens that are supposed to be some school campuses have also been updated. And so new efforts and new arrangements are being made to ensure that people move. In the case of Anglo-African, where the chiefs told me that even though some safe havens have been designated, the residents are just in place, and so they are stuck in the flood waters. You see people walking through it all the time, and the health officials are saying that it is not safe, particularly for children. You see children playing in the flood waters, and they say no, at this very point in time, it is not safe. There are wells that they draw water from. The officials are also saying that it is not safe at this moment because the well water is mixed up with the flood waters, and because they are afraid of the possibility of cholera and also already the issue of typhoid, which is on the spike, they do not. They are advising that people shy away from the use of the well. Even if they have to use it for washing, they would have to in the homes in Anglo-African in particular.
Fraser, but can you confirm to us where these displaced persons are being housed at the moment?
Yeah, like I mentioned already, the safe havens have been provided. In the case of the Angloga district, some are there. Some people have moved to families close by in communities that have not been affected. But in the case of Anglo-African, the residents themselves were telling me that even though they have been pointed to a place where they could move to, the residents are just not willing. They are still stuck in their homes, hoping that the floodwaters will recede, and then life continues for them. Let me also hasten to point out that most of these communities lie very close to the Keta Lagoon, and for floods, it's something they are used to. In fact, the people of Angofemba were telling me that they have lived with the floods for a long time, and in fact, when the water level rises like this, the fishing activities in the area picks up. Except that these year's floods are a bit unprecedented. They have never seen the level of water rise to what level it is now. And so even though they have lived and thought that it's a normal situation around them, unfortunately though, this year's situation is a bit disturbing for them. And so they are still around hoping that the water levels will recede. I have already spoken about the Haveji flood control gate. It has been opened. It's been, I think today should be the 5th day since it has been opened. I went there yesterday and saw the level of water moving, the amount of water moving from the lagoon into the sea. But even that, the MP says that it is going to take about 2 weeks before the water levels reduce drastically, and then people could get on with their activities. I am on the way again to Ketu North, where we know that the rice farms on the Veta irrigation farm have been updated as well. Farmers are now counting their losses. They are really grappling with the very devastation caused to their farms. And so we are going back there this morning to engage them and see the level of the extent to which they are losing their investment on the farms.
Faisal, but if residents are stuck in their homes and it's going to take about 2 weeks for the flood waters to recede, How are they coping? How are they eating, taking their bath, and all of that? We are already recording cases in the hospital. How are they getting by? Is this situation not getting worse for them?
Well, like I said, the officials have made these safe havens, available and asked that they move in. But like a resident told me 2 days ago, they have lived with floods for some time, even though this one is quite unprecedented. Their hope is that the water levels will go down. Now, the real issue is that oftentimes people do not want to move out of their comfort, the comfort of their homes, even though things are looking so bad. Just to move to a safe haven, go and sleep on a student mattress somewhere, people don't want to do that. They just want to manage the situation, and with the hope that the water levels will recede drastically. And that's exactly what some of the residents are doing. In other communities, people have moved. People have moved to friends, people have moved to relatives close by. But in some cases too, some people are just adamant. They don't want to move. They want to stay until the flood waters recede and life continues for them.
Faisal, so just a quick one as well. You did mention that, farmlands have been destroyed. Of course, people have lost their livelihoods, etc. We know some 350 million Ghana cedis has been released into the contingency fund to support flood victims, not only in the Greater Accra region, but all the other areas where people have lost property as well. What are you picking on the ground with regards to your conversations with NADMO and the authorities as to what exactly they intend to do for these people?
As of Sunday, NADMO indicated to me that they got some food items from the Minister for Roads and Highways to be distributed to the districts, the various districts. They are also expecting other consignment in terms of food items. I have seen a good in his area, for instance, so that so that when the relief package comes, it goes directly to these persons. And so NADMO is still on the ground. They are doing the collation. I also know that some UN volunteers are also in some of these affected communities working, collating data, and it is all about ensuring that there is accuracy. It's all about ensuring that the people who are really affected get some level of support. Yesterday, the MP for Keta indicated that it may not be a complete relief, but what they intend to do is to ensure that whatever they are giving out is able to bring the people back to life, is able to give them some hope, and then start all over again.
Okay, which community is most affected by the floods? Because per the figures that were given by the NADMO director over the weekend, he said that about 8,500 people in the Volta region have been affected, by the floods and have been displaced as well. But which community has the most people reeling from this disaster?
The NADMO figure from national is becoming a bit debatable in the region, because immediately that statement was made, some officials indicated that was even before the recent flood itself. So the numbers could be far more than the 8,000 NADMO national mentioned.
Oh, wow.
Quite apart from that, for the communities that are hard hit, if you go to Angloga district, for instance, you look at areas like Sakome, Agobledokwi.
It's more stable now.
Is it better now?
Yes,
Good.
yes, you're saying.
When you come to Kettle North, 2 weeks back, it was Tajavu, parts of Georgia, that is the Baguma areas. Then, in fact, it was difficult in the Georgia road was taken up. And so the houses and communities along that stretch were also inundated. When it comes to Saftong, Aduto, Dabala, and parts of Sogakokwe have been hit very hard. And so these areas I've just mentioned are the critically affected areas as far as these districts are concerned.
Very quickly before we wrap up, education as well, I believe, has come to a halt. For the children in these affected communities, in the meantime, what's being done to ensure that they don't miss out on, the school calendar as well? Are there any attempts to get them educated?
So you remember last week, during the heat of the moment, schools in Angloga, for instance, had to partially shut down. The kindergartens, the lower primaries were asked to stay, pupils in lower primary were asked to stay home. But things, for them, they are beginning to return to school now, particularly once the water levels at on the stretch leading to the school are reducing, and then also on the school campuses themselves. But it does not entirely end the conversation around education, because some learners tell you their books have been lost to the floods. And so basically, you realize that even attendance in the schools is not encouraging. But that, the authorities tell you that with time they will pick up. People are, today is Tuesday, you get there, you realize that more numbers have returned to school. You go tomorrow, more numbers have returned. And so gradually, they are picking up again. And school is returning to normalcy.
All right. Thank you, Faisal.
Faisal, thank you very much. But you are the one who's... Oh, is he gone? Is Faisal gone?
I think he's on there. He's still on.
Faisal, you are the one who's been interacting with community members. So unfortunately, we don't have them to speak on TV this morning. But if you are to be the spokesperson of the people this morning, what would you tell government to do immediately? It's Tuesday this week. What would government have to do immediately to salvage the situation?
Well, I saw the state of the Anglo-Affarimba Health Center 2 days ago, and I saw in times of floods, and the very facility people are supposed to visit is the Anglo-Affarimba Health Center. I'm sorry, government would have to do something about that facility. Government would have to ensure that there is enough in terms of health emergency. Now, on the issue of relief packages, the farms are inundated. In fact, when you go to Angloga, the monies people are losing on the farms because of the floods, it will be difficult for some of them to even return for the next season. We are going to the rice farms that people have kept stock since last year, and it hasn't been sold. Then the new season, floods have taken over their farms. Today, NADBO is sharing rice, and I'm sure you are aware. But the rice NADBO is sharing is rice that has been imported into this country. If we already have rice that is lying in stock, lying in warehouses for years, and we are not able to sell them, and we are still buying rice to give to the same people that are affected, I'm sorry, Cookie, we have to begin to rethink how we approach this issue of people keeping stocks that they are not able to sell, and then in times of emergency, we'll go and buy the same stuff, bring back to them. I'm sorry, we have to do something immediately about it.
Right.
Government will begin to buy the local rice and then use that back, by distributing it back to the affected persons. That is
right. Faisal, thank you very much this morning. Did you say you're on your way to another community this morning? Faisal, it looks like your connection is worse now. He mentioned that he was on his way to another community. We'll touch base with him later and get the updates from those communities. But Abdul Faisal Idrisu is our Volta regional correspondent, and we thank you for your time. I think we're done now.
Yes.
We can take a break by reminding you to peck up your day the Milky Way with a rich, smooth taste of Peck Milk Shortcake. It is pure delight, available everywhere. Get some for your friends and family. We take a break now. When we come back, the big issue will be underway.
The world around us is changing, not slowly, not quietly. In the north, the rains that once arrived on time don't come anymore. In the middle belt, rivers and forests disappearing overnight. Along the coast, the sea is swallowing land that families have called home for generations. Rising temperatures, failed harvests, homes lost to tides. This is not a warning about tomorrow. This is the world right now. TV3 and the German Embassy in Ghana. The conversation on climate security implications in Ghana. The Climate Talks 2026. 5 cities, 5 conversations, 1 urgent call to action. Tamale, Bolgatanga, Kumasi, Keta, Accra. Starting this June 2026. The climate talks are coming, and this time, the people most affected by Ghana's climate security crisis will be at the center of it all. Because the time for Ghana to act is now.
And soul of our nation. And this year, I pass on the crown to the 20th Queen.
Who wears the 20th anniversary crown? Are you that bold, beautiful, graceful, and proud Ghanaian lady to win the all-new 20th anniversary crown? 200,000 Ghana cedis cash, brand new car, and all-expense-paid trip abroad is scholarship for a master's program. Participate in gold jewelry, and many more. Join the audition journey. Kumasi on 8th July at Micklin Hotel. Takrady on 10th July at the Western Serene Atlantic Hotel. In Accra on 12th July at TV3. Scan the QR code now to register.
GMV at 20. 20 years of culture, grace, and legacy.
Ghana's most beautiful is 20 years.
Brought to you by
Gino Pomo Tomato Mix,
GTP, Kivo Gari 4-in-1 Mix, and Kivo Hot Pepper. Obwasib Numna Wumwankasa, having black mosquito spray and coil. Fratelli.
It's more than a TV show. It's where life comes alive. 1 p.m. A masterclass in living your best life. A feast for the senses. A concert right where you are. Up close and personal with your favorite celebrities. Front row fashion, no ticket required. Your crash course in style, skills and self-care. Fitness that feels like fun. 2 hours of the best experiences life has to offer. Delivered to you in the convenience of your home, workplace, school, or hangouts. Hosted by the delightful Anita Akufu and the dashing Godwin Nambo. The afternoon show. Fun, uplifting, unmissable. 1 p.m. Monday to Thursday, only on TV3.
Is changing, not slowly, not quietly. In the north, the rains that once arrived on time don't come anymore. In the middle belt, rivers and forests disappearing overnight. Along the coast, the sea is swallowing land that families have called home for generations. Rising temperatures, failed harvests, homes lost to tides. This is not a warning about tomorrow. This is the world right now. TV3 and the German Embassy in Ghana. The conversation on climate security implications in Ghana. The Climate Talks 2026. 5 cities, 5 conversations, 1 urgent call to action. Tamale, Bolgatanga, Kumasi, Keta, Accra. Starting this June 2026. The climate talks are coming, and this time, the people most affected by Ghana's climate security crisis will be at the center of it all. Because the time for Ghana to act is now.
TV3, first in news.
You're welcome back, and this is TV3 Newday. We are live on TV3 and, of course, on DSTV channel 279. And you can join us on Facebook and YouTube at TV3 Ghana. And on that page, you can get to contribute to the conversation. So whether it's a question, you have a comment, or any other opinion to share, do so. And remember, the hashtag is TV3 Newday, also on X as well. This morning, we're getting into our conversation. We'll be looking at 2 Of course, very important topics as always. It's been a week and a day since the floods hit not just Accra but other parts of the country as well. And as we're grappling with this, looking for ways to mitigate the effects of the floods on us, environments, etc., the president has announced that there's going to be a 2-day national cleanup in flood-hit regions as well. So I'll give you all the details on that, and we'll have a conversation as to how this is going to help improve the situation, and of course, if this is a good enough measure to help us reduce the effects of flood in our communities. And then after that, we'll take a look at that statement that was released by the Ministry of Finance, indicating that we have been able to service our Eurobond loans earlier than expected. And so some $700 million that we're supposed to pay. In fact, we have paid it on time. So could this also affect our economy in a good way or not? And how does this also impact on our ability to go back to the capital market to borrow some money, if even there's an opportunity for that, and whether we should also go back there as well? And so we'll get into that conversation shortly, but let me introduce my guests in the studio. Next to me is, as usual, Dr. Ramsey Nusa. He's the Director of Political Research for the United Party. Good morning.
Good morning,
How
Bella.
are you doing?
Not so well, Bella.
What's wrong?
There are a lot of issues surrounding security in Ghana. And I must bring it to the attention of our authorities. Bella, in the Upper East region, we have a serious crisis with robbery. And unfortunately, a certain lawyer, who is the Upper East Regional Chairman of the MPP, used your platform, TV3, that's last week, to propagate propaganda and falsehood against a police officer called ACP Baba Ananga, who is the director of, he's in charge of operations at the national headquarters of the CID.
When you say propaganda, I'm trying to understand what happened.
The issues of arrest and alleged extrajudicial killings, right, by the IG Special Operations team. ACP Ananga has arrested certain corporates and individuals that are armed robbers in the Upper East region. Unfortunately, Bella, the sad, shocking news is that some of these robbers are ex-members, or I'll say members of the Bolga Bulldogs, which is a vigilante group of the MPP.
Oh.
Yes.
Let's not go into this.
Bella,
I mean,
please.
to be fair.
No, please. You should know. No, Bella.
Morning.
If you've not done listen.
I cannot verify these
That's why I'm saying that
here.
That is why I'm saying that. Bella, please.
I would not want some individuals. Also, respectfully, I understand,
but it's a vigilante group.
Yes, but I cannot verify that some of these members belong to the MPP or not. That's why I'm saying that let's move away from it.
I am saying that it is a known fact.
Just for the sake, no.
It is a known fact that the Bolga Bulldogs belong to the MPP.
Thank you, but I cannot let you continue.
It's a known fact. And so, Bella, what I'm saying is that the Upper Regional Minister should up his game.
Okay.
The Regional Security Council should up their game, because certain elements in the MPP in the Upper East region want to cause mayhem and trouble in the Upper East region.
Let's not do this.
And we will not allow this to happen. We have our facts.
Thank you.
We have our intel. And we will not allow this to happen.
But I cannot allow this on this platform, because, again, I also cannot verify these claims.
You can ask the police.
And so let's leave it there. And, of course, leave it to the police to do their work. But if you come and sit on here and say, these are members of a particular party and this is what they're doing, unfortunately, it's not also
But the Bolga
fair.
Bulldogs is a
Let's leave
vigilante
it.
group
Let me
created
introduce
by
the
the
rest of
MPP.
my
Do
guests.
your search and see.
Thank you very much.
Everybody knows
Nelson
that.
Kujo is a finance and tax expert, and he joins us. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm very well.
Good to have you in the studios. All right. And Akosia Menu joins us this morning. She's advised
to go and play. They left from the UK straight to the US. I mean, they were camped in the UK. If you look at most teams that went to play, they left their countries with the blessing of their people or citizens. I mean, when it comes to football, I don't play politics with it. I feel like it's the one sport that brings all of us together. They went without our blessing, fair enough. Some of us fasted and prayed for them whilst they were playing. Yes,
You fasted for the Black Stars?
I did.
Hey,
especially on the England match, because most people, some of my friends are like, oh, it's going to be 4-3, 4-2, 4-1. Not even, like, they didn't expect us to play well with certain countries, which is okay. But at the end of the day, when I don't think it was such a bad performance because you don't build a team on the pitch. The things that happened prior to them going to the World Cup, 2 months before the World Cup, now getting a new coach, even for Carlos to even agree to be a coach. I mean, but nonetheless, I still saw, I had hope. Maybe I was wrong to have hope. But then when they exited, at the very least, I think that they should have come home. We all meet them before they go off to their various vacations and whatnot. Some of them have already set up, enjoying their vacations with family and all that. And I'm thinking, how does that leave us? So I think it's proper. They should at least come home.
Okay.
Maybe a presser or something. At least come down. Maybe even meet the president or something. Because, I mean, funds were raised. Corporate bodies funded funded the tournament. I don't think it's proper. I mean, the GFA, yes, it's not. I mean,
we've seen them coming in bits and tots. So yesterday we were told, well, I mean, I saw a video of Atizigi arriving at the airport yesterday.
He'll be here. And his other, how do you call it?
I don't know about the others, but of course,
they should have come
I guess
together.
They also have families they need to go back to.
All of them will arrive, presser or whatever. We acknowledge all the stakeholders within the body politic of football should be there. They address us. We take it in good faith. Yes, it was painful, the exit. But I think it's proper. All these things, they converge somewhere, then they fly off. I also didn't like the fact that some of them didn't know how to sing the national anthem when it was being played. The spirit of the nation.
If we end up calling people who didn't grow up here,
or if you don't grow up here, you can't learn how to sing your national anthem. When you can learn how to dance kakalika and sing those songs. Let's not make
but kakalika is not like God bless our homeland Ghana. Kakalika is easy. That one you just
how hard is it?
There's first stanza, second stanza. Let me
but we are
introduce.
making excuses for them. I think that
Absolutely.
they should do. It's proper. How you do anything is how you do everything.
All right.
You are representing your country. Ghana has its challenges, but at the end of the day, you wear your jersey with pride.
All right.
And you play for your team. So you come down and you do the right thing.
Gentlemen, if you're watching us, wherever it is you are, if you're still in the US, please come back home. Come back. Come back to your country. Also joining us this morning is Abdul Fattah Al-Hassan. He's the NDC. He's a member of the NDC. He's also the MP for Yendi constituency. Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
How are you doing?
Good morning to my co-panelists. And good morning to the good people of Yendi. We haven't taken anything this morning, so she shouldn't make us laugh. What did you expect from the Blasters?
No.
Oh, but she wants the boys to come back.
Why would you even want to go to that extent, fasting for a
but
team?
when it comes to sports, you see, you've lost hope. This is.
Oh no!
You've lost
I always
hope
go
in
with
the
measured
team.
hope.
With the Black Stars.
I don't go.
You don't go.
Look, let me tell you.
in
Let me tell you. If I was telling her when we were out there, even last night, I stayed deep into the night to watch the USA Belgium.
Oh, you watched that as well?
I watched almost all the game. I've never watched even 5 minutes of Black Stars game this tournament.
You are not being patriotic.
Not that.
You see,
you are admitting on national
this
TV
is the problem.
that you are supporting other nations.
Not support. Let me tell you why I won't watch it.
You confirm the problem.
I know who I am.
There are certain activities
I know what
that
it can
bind
do to me.
people
You understand?
together.
I look at the quality of the team we have. I look at the opponents we are coming at, we are coming against,
You didn't watch
and
5
I
minutes.
ask myself, can I withstand whatever pressure that will come as a result? Because look, it was even by miracle that we survived the group stage.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to put myself into the game. I'll better as of result, the outcome, the results after the game. But other games, I don't have my heart in them. So I can watch them regardless of how it goes.
Also, apart from Ghana, you're not really supporting any other country?
Oh, no.
Oh, you don't have any emotional attachment?
No,
But I
so I didn't want to
I do, so.
emotionally
But
attached.
you see, it's sentiments like his that would also feed into a certain perception of politics is just, football is just it's just a business for the people have these theories that it's just some business for them or whatnot. But again, how you do anything is how you do everything. Putting them together, them taking off, us wishing them well, them going, even the feeling of a country is behind us, and for them to see the expectation in the eyes of the people enough. It spurs people on and gives the boys hope. But what you've said is you've made the point that they don't care about us, or you don't care about them. But that's what I'm talking about. Yes, he feels
they
that
say you're doing propaganda by saying you are fasting for the Black Stars. I don't even understand what I'm doing.
But I did. Oh, how is it propaganda?
No, I mean, it's just one of those things.
If I deny myself,
Sarah has a message. He says, since you are talking about the national pledge, we are putting it to you. that you should recite the pledge now.
It's not about being. I said the national anthem.
Oh, anthem.
I said if you are singing
Serum.
Again,
Unfortunately.
mind you, there are so many Ghanaians even still playing. So he enjoys other teams. Jarrell Kwanzaa plays for the England team. I was happy to see him there. The other Ghanaians playing in other
Canada.
You know
Larry,
the boys. You know the boys.
How did they even mention
Bella
this
knows
week?
the boys.
Yeah. Oh yes, I've spotted all of them.
And even some of them, in the USA team, the Rhea. Apparently, we even approach him to play for us. If we don't approach him to play for us, if we don't conduct these things well, even boys will not be out there who have the opportunity to play for us or who would want to play will not even be interested in playing.
We should grow our local talent as well, and that's the other leg of the conversation. But that's what we're discussing this morning, so we'll leave it here. Kosia says she's fasting.
I didn't say I'm fasting now. I said I fasted.
I thought you are fasting for the future of the Black Stars because Carlos says we should look into the future. So I thought you continue to fast for them so that.
But I also
anyway.
I don't like how he just exited.
He hasn't exited.
He's resigned.
No.
He hasn't exited.
He's resigned.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
So I thought I saw it.
No, so I think he's even come back to say that his post was misconstrued and that he hasn't exited. Yes.
Oh, because I was
because his contract is up until August, and then from there we'll know if they're going to extend it.
I think that some would disagree that he doesn't seem to have what it takes to coach the team, but I think that he
this
can.
Conversation was going on, I've been quiet because it's like Bella.
Dr.
This morning,
Ramsey.
you've not been fair.
You need to relax.
No, it's not about being relaxed.
It's not about not being fair.
You don't have your facts. People have their facts. You should allow them to spill their facts.
But sometimes
for God and for country.
We also need to be a bit careful in how we develop some conversations.
Really?
Yes.
Really? We should
so
wait.
Please, no, I'm not saying wait. You've made your point, and I did say at the end that, of course, you've called on the police officer in that district to handle the situation. But to come all guns blazing and say that these people are members, I understand.
Bella,
I understand.
The people are watching. There is a threat, and I'm signaling it. Just like the flood situation. GMET issued a warning. We waited, and we didn't do nothing. And how many lives were lost? So when I'm here to speak the truth, please allow me to flow. I know what I'm talking about.
I get
now, the MPP Upper East Regional Chairman, if anything, and I want to say on this platform, if anything happens to ACP Baba Ananga, he will be held responsible. And I want the authorities, the security authority, to investigate this chairman.
All right.
Bella, there is a lot of issues in the Upper East region. My brother from Yendi, he is not far from the action. He will tell you. He will tell you.
Okay. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Doc. Let's not expand on this.
If we have to expand beyond the borders of reason, he's made an accusation, a strong one, which would then mean that you have to call the accused to give his side.
So that's what I'm saying. That we don't have the facts now.
He has used this platform to disinform the public.
I get it. We don't have the facts. The producers will do their job.
No problem.
They would have
but in the meantime, let's focus on what we came here to discuss. Then after that, our producers will now get in touch with the right people and get the information. So, Doc, please relax. How do you say calm down in your language? I don't know which language you speak, so that's what I'm asking you. Do you speak Sisala Dagomba? I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
Well, you're putting me on the spot.
You see?
You're putting me on the spot.
Okay, then let's move on.
Sama Nkuri, maybe I'll speak Hausa.
Sama Nkuri. Yes, I've heard that before. It's a song as well. Sama Nkuri. VIP, right?
Yeah, but anyway, Bella, we have to
Doc,
let them know the truth.
No problem. Yes. Anyway, Seram says that the national anthem is not the only patriotic thing in Ghana. Kosia is lambasting the footballers, but she doesn't want to recite the national anthem. It's okay. It's okay. Let's move on.
Lambasting because they should come and some are asking.
Let's get into a conversation.
It's not. Calm down. Do the right thing.
So we're expecting all of you to come out on the 10th and 11th of July. We'll just briefly go through this conversation, then we'll move on to the issue about Eurobonds and how we've been able to service our debts. But the president has declared July 10 and 11 the National General Cleaning Days in flood-affected regions. And so that means that this exercise will be organized under the auspices of the Post-Flood Mitigation Committee. It is aimed at mobilizing citizens to clean their communities and reduce the risk of further flooding. And it's held under the theme, Our Actions, Our Future, cleaning Ghana after the flood. So per the communique that has been released from the presidency, we're told that it is a critical nationwide exercise and all citizens are strongly encouraged to fully participate in it. So the president has accordingly directed all government appointees, including ministers of state, CEOs, members of parliament, MMDAs and MMDCEs, and heads of public institutions to step out of their offices to pick up tools and lead the cleanup efforts alongside members of their respective communities. So to ensure a structured, highly coordinated and effective exercise, we're told that the activities have been scheduled as follows. So Friday, the 10th of July 2026, personnel from all security agencies, the metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies and waste management companies will commence the cleanup. Then on Saturday, the 11th of July, the general public is expected to join the security agencies and assemblies to scale up the exercise. So we'll be desilting choked drains to ensure free, uninterrupted water flow ahead of the rains, sweeping and clearing sand, weeds and debris from major road streets and highways, cleaning up public spaces, including markets, lorry parks, recreational parks, and communal waste collection points. And so we're hoping that as many of you as possible can come out in your numbers to support this call. But let me start off with Dr. Ramsey. Are we going to see you out on Friday or Saturday? Well, Saturday is when the general public is expected. What do you make of this?
Yes, Bella. Well, the rains bring in water, but it is up to government to determine whether these rains would cause a disaster or would create an opportunity for us. Well, I see this as a good step in the right direction in terms of how government wants to tackle the attitudes and the mindset of our people in dealing with their environment. But I think going down the gutters and taking brooms and sweeping across is not a flood mitigation policy.
I'm listening.
Right. It is not a flood mitigation policy. Over the years, from 2000 till date, we have spent $1 billion in tackling the flooding issue in Accra. Yet still, every year, when we are met with rain and storm, tens or hundreds of people die. A lot of businesses suffer as a result of that. People lose their homes, right? Economic activity is distorted. And we are not seeing any concrete solution this far. We in the United Party believe that the time has come for us to put action and not just a talk. Ghana has become a NATO country. No action, talk only. It has been like this, the same script, for over 30 years till date. And this is the saddest truth. Bella, I believe that what we need to do, first and foremost, is to have a serious forensic audit on the Garrett project.
Okay.
That is the first step. Second, we should give the MMDCs, even though they have the mandate, but we should give them exclusive authority devoid of any political interference to execute their job. Because we complain that people have built on wetlands and Ramsar sites, right? But I can tell you that those that enter these sites and Ramsar sites were the politicians. The first, because if you've been given power, right, to do the right thing, and you don't do the right thing, of course, if you enter there, people would also join you. And as I saw the images from the comparative analysis of the Ramsar sites in Sakumono and then that of, I think,
Malam as well,
yes. Between 2016 and 2026, Bella, it is alarming. And this makes sense why we are seeing the pictures we saw when the rains fell heavily in Accra. I believe that the time has come for us to rethink of a new city, which I concur with the vision of the president.
Okay.
We have not properly developed Accra, and it will take us billions of dollars to correct the wrongs. But instead of like you spending this amount of money to redo the wrongs or correct the wrongs, I think that we can channel investments to a new area where we can build a new capital city, but we should have discipline in terms of zoning. Now, if houses and industries have turned to churches, unfortunately. But I'm not here to, I'm not being biased. But what I'm saying is that every structure in this country should be merited to a certain zone. We should create zones for industries, zones for residential purposes, zones for markets, right? Zones for recreation. And we should have a green belt, right? Today, the last forest reserve in Accra is Achimota Forest, which unfortunately some years ago, certain people wanted to sell it. If I mention their names, you tell me that you
I'm
distort.
not going to, no.
You saw me. I'll not mention their names, but those are no.
Some were willed.
Well, exactly so. Exactly so. Those are no. But Bella, I think that MMDCs as well, who are complicit in not ensuring that the some form of cooperation with the president's directive, right, not to build in Ramsar sites and waterways, and also demolition of all these sites, should be held accountable. We know that there are a lot of directives that the president has given, including Wejabawe. Last year or so, he went there and authorized that houses that are found in waterways should be brought down. Till date, people are still building. So what is the MC doing there? What are they doing? What are they doing, Bella? So indeed, we can talk and talk and talk and talk. We, the people, also have to change our mindsets. Government also has to ensure that they apply the necessary laws and sanction people that are recalcitrant to these requirements for building permits and build within waterways.
But Doc, did you see the amount of plastics we had, in the floods?
Yes.
When the floods came on Monday.
Yes.
Is that not the reason why the president, in his wisdom, thinks that it's gotten to a point where we also need to take charge of our own environment? I remember when I was young, I think once every month or so, you needed to clean your environment. It was communal cleaning. And if you didn't do it, they'll tell you, they'll summer you. So the moment they say there's summer people are coming, everybody's running away.
But even going to school.
We've lost that part of our community.
Even going to school. When you get to school in the morning, the first thing you pick is a broom. And you sweep your compound, right? The educational system was trying to instill that sense of discipline in us, right? But unfortunately, we've lost that touch with the environment. And that is why, Bella, if we want to go deep into this conversation, there are a lot of arguments and counter-arguments we can make. I think that I am a staunch SDG supporter, and I believe that we should ban plastic waste.
Okay. We
should use biodegradable plastic or material for our packaging, right? The other hand, which will be a bit controversial, but of course it makes sense, is that, Bella, if you look at the global greenhouse emission, Africa contributes 4 to 5%. Asia and Europe and North America contribute almost 80%. What we are saying is that we do not have these huge industries that emit these greenhouse gases. Our jobs are also taken because we are not highly industrialized. So we suffer as a result of their anthropogenic activities. And so I want to say that the African Union, right, should have a strong voice and force to ensure that they create a new fiscal policy, be it green tax whatsoever, so that we tax these nations that are polluting the environment heavily, and then we can make it. Because if you look at our green belt across Africa, there's a huge carbon sequestration by our forests, right? We've not touched it, and it's cleaning the environment for free, just as in South America, the Amazon forest does that.
Yes.
So we are suffering as a result of that, and they have to pay us so that we can be able to sustain these issues as far as climate change is concerned.
Let me bring Nelson into this conversation. And of course, the president has said twice in the last couple of weeks, or few weeks, that it is not an engineering problem, but rather an attitudinal problem. And we need to fix that attitude.
Certainly.
That's probably the reason why he's also instituted this 2-day, clean-up exercise to ensure that we also take responsibility. But for you, is that enough? Or do you also agree with Dr. Ramsey that that in itself does not really address the issue in any way?
Well, thank you very much. Walau wants to take it from 2 angles. The first angle is what you just mentioned, the attitudinal, the behavioral aspect of it. And the second one has to do with institutional failure. Because in this country, there are specific agencies that are responsible for, environmental issues. And before you can build in any urban center, Accra, Kumasi, or wherever, you need a permit from the district or the municipal assembly. And so you realize that before somebody can build anywhere in Accra, you need to go to the assembly, they issue with a permit, which also means that the assembly is satisfied that wherever you are going to build, if it is residential, then that place is specifically designated for residential purpose. If it is a commercial business, then it means that that place is also designated for a commercial purpose. But you see, we've been building anyhow, permits have been issued anyhow. And so we need to make sure that we capacitate, those are the district assemblies in order to ascertain whether this place is for building, residential, or commercial. So there is an attitude, there is an institutional failure. Then again, those who are issuing the licenses to those, if you know this place is a Ramsar site, is a flood-prone area, why then do you issue the license? Does it mean that the pump has been greased? So it means that once we identify those specific buildings on the Ramsar site, flood-prone areas, we need to request for the permit that was issued to them. Then we also know who actually signed that permit. Then we can take the conversation from there.
Okay.
If not, we'll continue doing this in every year, and then the problem will keep on repeating, and we'll be bringing these knee-jerk measures to solve it. So that is institutional failure. Again, there is an agency under the Ministry of Local Government called LUSPA. That is a Land Use and Spatial Planning Authority. I don't really know the mandate of that agency, whether they have something to do with this building permit and everything. If the land use, the LUSPA has something to do, then it means that there is an institutional failure on the part of LUSPA, most especially in Accra. And so agencies that are directly responsible for environmental issues, I think they need to up their game and make sure that we don't just issue licenses. There is one key point that he made, the class of people that build on those sites. You and I, we are middle income earners. You can't go and build a chamber and hall or a 2-bedroom house in a Ramsar site. Even the filling alone you do is quite, a substantial amount of money. So it means that there is a specific class of Ghanaians who build on this, Ramsar site and flood-prone areas. And so we need to identify those classes, whether they are businessmen, they are the political class. We need to know. Because when you look at some of the buildings, you realize that, no, this one, clearly, you and I cannot go there. And so we need to identify the class of people who also build on those areas, and then we deal with the issue. Then again, there is also another important agency in Ghana that is responsible for telling us how the weather will look like. That is the GMET. The fact of the matter is that over the years, when they give us their forecast, we only say, by yesterday they said it, and by it didn't happen. But I think we need to capacitate them. We need to resource GMET so that whatever information elsewhere, when they are meteo, authorities or agencies release the data, they know. For instance, in America, when they say these flood-related issues, they normally project it, and it normally happens. But here in Ghana, when Meteo says, tomorrow morning it will rain, you realize that it will rather be the other way around. It could be that they are not well-resourced, they are under-capacitated, and I think that as an agency and a Ministry for Local Government, we need to capacitate them so that they can also do their work very well. Then that also brings to bear...
Do they come under land or local government?
Well, I think LUSPA is under local government.
LUSPA, yeah,
is under local government, but the GMET, I don't really know the ministry that they are in. Exactly. So we need to capacitate GMET so that whatever information they churn out, whatever forecast that they churn out can be reliable, and so all of us can work with it. Now, concerning the flood, I mean, I am a financial analyst, so I am more tilted towards the economic loss that will emanate from, you know, these flood issues. You know, Ghana's economy is predominantly dominated by SMEs. Kiosk, somebody selling a kiosk, small supermarket here and there. And these are the only source of income to these people. And so when this act of God, which is actually accelerated by, you know, human beings happens, it takes out, you know, their source of livelihood. In fact, from the projections we have done, about over 500 million losses have occurred as a result of just, you know, these cities, over and above 500 million Ghana cities. Now, this brings to bear the question of insurance, because you have just 2-bedroom house, you wake up, you come to TV3, you go back. Do you think of insuring that your house? No. You understand? And so this also brings to bear the fact that the Ghanaian population, we are not really conscientized, sensitized, and educated on insurance-related issues. I mean, there are so many provision shops, kiosks that they don't have insurance. Meanwhile, we have a micro insurance in Ghana. And so this is also just an appeal to National Insurance Commission that they need to do more in terms of their education and sensitization, so that these small businesses can get their, you know, insurance.
The issue about insurance, people will complain that when they need you to start paying for insurance, they are very nice to you until a disaster happens or something happens and you now try to claim your insurance, and that's when they start playing, you know, games with you, trying not to pay you at all, or at least paying you just a little. So that's why people avoid the insurance policies as well.
A lot of people consider insurance to be cost. But to us financial analysts, we consider insurance to be an investment. Okay? Because eventually, once it crystallizes, you actually know the importance of insurance. And so we need to develop that mindset. And then the insurance guys, to what you are saying is true. Sometimes it becomes hectic for them to actually, you know. So that is why the education needs to come in. National Insurance Commission has to do more in terms of their sensitization, so that all of us, even if it's just a 2-bedroom house that you have somewhere, at least you pay some small premium on it, so that in case the unfortunate happens, you may be, you know, compensated in that regard.
Okay, let me bring Akosia in as well, but quickly before that, so Anthony says, Bella, the only thing I want to know is, where are we going to dump the garbage from the desilted drains and the cleaning of our markets and the communities that we're to carry out? Are we leaving them at the edges of the gutters for the next rain to sweep them back? In a lot of communities, that's actually what happens. We'll say we're doing cleanup exercise, we'll distill the gutters, then we leave the heap of sand and rubbish by the drains, and then it rains and it washes them all back in again. So very valid question you're asking, Anthony Kojo. And maybe when I get to Honorable, we'll see if he can give us some answers to that as well. But Akosia, what are your concerns?
Akosia comes in, have you guys remember the is it Tangas?
Tankasi. It was town council, but
we call it
say Tankasi, yes.
Okay. Okay.
All right. That's the summer I was talking about.
Exactly.
When you hear that they are coming,
you run away.
You run away, basically. Yes. But Akosia, what are your concerns about this? Do you think that this is a step in the right direction?
Well, I mean, it's good to see that some action is being taken. You know, a 2-day cleanup exercise, which is literally like a band-aid, for a weekend band-aid for a structural chronic disease.
I'm listening.
Flooding has been with us perennially. In February, Ghana Meteo warned of heavy rains this year. I saw the Minister of Works and Housing. Does he speak? I've never heard him speak before. I think he addressed the press. He talks.
Well, I think that minister is one
of the
it's okay.
It's okay, please. You can do your president. He cannot be efficient when routine works from his ministry have not been done. They haven't even given out a single contract. As far as the silting of gutters and all that are concerned. Bella, there are routine exercises that have to be done.
They haven't given any contracts.
The silting, drains.
I'm just asking that.
I'm saying that the routine works that are taken before floods occur were not done. The routine work, hydro, sanitation, everything that you can think of that reduces the bleed as far as you see were not done. Again, at the foundation of this was a warning that the rains will be higher than normal this year. On the 3rd of June, which was literally almost 11 years since the worst June 3rd floods and the fires that we saw around Circle and whatnot, where several people died. People even reiterated or remembered or recalled the challenges that we had then. Some persons, some of them staffers in Parliament, staffers in the Jubilee House, went to radio to say that it has spiritual connotations. Yes, Nana Ajantwa said it. He said it's spiritual and that it should be looked into. This was June 3rd. Within the same month, within 3.5 weeks, it rained again. And you see, I feel as if we are missing, we are not addressing the problem as we should. Again, the conversations of Garrett, we've seen even the World Bank report and all that. There are major projects that have to be undertaken to reduce the flood or the impact of it. Bella, places that have never flooded before, we have friends caught up in this. I had a friend whose daughters had to be literally rescued with a canoe. There were reptiles in the water. I posted about it on my Facebook. I saw how do you call it? Our famous Reggie Rockstone. Yes, within his own vicinity. There were snakes in the water. So even though it had rained, the aftermath of it was worse. I went on a you'd call it a sympathy tour with my boss, the flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Balmia. One woman, Bella, who hadn't heard from her son, and she feared he had died. Okay. We saw bodies being retrieved even 24 hours later. Toddlers, a 4-year-old, I believe, and a 2-year-old. Where is their mother? People, whole families have, I believe, have been washed away. We are yet to even recover some. There was in Anyasotum, 2 boys who went to buy food. After buying food, a pump where they wash their hands. The minute they hit on the pump, electrocution, I believe the other held on to him thinking, of course it was reactive. Both of them gone. So even electrical faults post the flood is also another concern. 2 weeks of this, you can do that, but what becomes of the projects that you have to undertake? That the World Bank says the funds are sitting in your coffers. That is the real work. And also, we always seem to not want to hold people accountable when these things happen. Okay. I'm looking at even the security implications of this. Maybe when Ghana met you warned of the flooding, I would assume that there was some security conversation. And at the table were the National Security Coordinator, the Minister of Interior, Minister of Defense, which is lacking because you don't have a Minister of Defense. Next month will be, there's an acting, but the acting is also responsible for not releasing the funds for the Garrett project. Subsequently, people have died.
You know, his technical advisor has even spoken on this matter. And he says what's delaying the Garrett project is not the fact that they are sitting on funds, but when they took over power, they realized that there was some misappropriation of funds, including the 65 million that was diverted into COVID-19.
It is convenient.
So that's why they had to halt the Garrett project so they can investigate.
The responsibility of any government is to protect and defend its citizens. That's a core mandate. It's a social contract that is non-negotiable. Even if you felt that there's some misappropriation, whatever, the projects that have to be undertaken are important. They are life-threatening. So if you can find monies for big push, etc., and even inflate the cost of those contracts 4 or 5 times and be comfortable with that, and to make the excuse that some monies were misappropriated, you have the power. Yes.
Sorry, but when you say they've inflated the prices.
Oh, please, we've seen stretches of contracts, 190 million cedis jump up to 800 million. If you have the urgency, you have the sense of urgency to push for roads. That's the same sort of urgency that should come.
Which one are you referring to?
I'm saying the big push.
Yes,
the big push.
But you said some 190 million. Yes,
yes,
if you can
the
give us details.
quantum leap in the cost of the big push of over how many billions of dollars. What we are talking about, you're talking about $69 million. That pales in comparison to the entire cost of big push. We're talking about the lives of people that you cannot place a value on. We're talking about people that are left at the mercy of floods. And at the end of the day, the vulnerable will be with us in society, but it's government's responsibility to protect them. So that is the point I'm making. That this band-aid, this 2-day band-aid, is not necessarily going to cure the larger problem. And the excuses they are making on projects and saying that, we've heard misappropriation, we've heard oral, we've heard so many things. As we speak, Auditor General's report, 250% increase in corruption in MDAs is there. It dropped yesterday. 250% increase in corruption. This when it came to contracts for the silting and whatever of gutters, among other things, they said now it sits at the constituency level and the MCs are supposed to undertake it. And funds have gone. I haven't seen whether funds have gone or not. But if there's a 250% increment in misappropriation of funds, then there's a lot of questions to be asked.
Speaking of questions,
especially in the capital.
Let me just ask you this. I mean, you are very close to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You are his spokesperson on gender. But let's just say that he came to you to advise him if he were the president and he took over and realized that there was some misappropriation of funds with monies that were supposed to be used in addressing flood issues. And those monies were, directed into COVID funds. And he asked you what advice you'd give him. Would you tell him that he should continue with the guide project? Or would you ask him to halt it and allow for a forensic audit of that project to understand why monies were redirected into other projects?
I would advise him that whilst we look into misappropriation of funds, we have to place value on the lives of people, especially women and children, and to expedite the project because there are still funds sitting in the coffers waiting to be expended.
That's what you'll tell him?
Yes, that's what I'll tell him.
Let me bring Honorable in at this point. I mean, of course, we've heard from the spokesperson for the minister who indicates that there needs to be some audit into that account, the guide project. But in the meantime, we also know that the president says we should go out and clean up the environment. Where do you situate this
thanks so much. I was even surprised that my sister would want to play politics with this because the MPP should be the last to be talking about how badly we have performed in terms of managing these flood situations, our sanitation matters and all those things. But let me start by saying that, one, the call by the president for us all to engage in this 2-day exercise is a call in the right direction. Sanitation, or how we manage our waste, is key to resolving this issue. In fact, one guy sent a message which was just going to be one of the issues I would have talked about because sometimes they collect these things and you don't know where they take them to. We have also seen instances where we've seen long queues of these abubuya, those is carrying, is it abubuya or what?
Abubuya, yes.
Those is carrying the waste.
Yes.
Waste. They can't even find a place to dump them.
Yeah.
And these people, the moment they look here and they don't see anybody, they dump it anywhere. You understand? So the issue of where we are dumping waste. In fact, today as we speak, we have a lot of unapproved refuse dumping sites. And most of these areas are in very obscure corners. If you go to any community today, you find that some amount of refuse is dumped somewhere, which is not approved. Now you ask yourself, when the rain comes, where do those things go? You understand? So those things, rather, they are pushed by the water to go and block our drainage systems and all those things. So it's an issue we have to look at. Now, the other issue we have to look at is how even we allocate our lands. Now, I look at it this way. The traditional authorities are responsible for selling these lands. But they don't have the zoning plan for the areas that they sell the lands. Yeah. So the chief sitting there does not even know that he's not supposed to sell this land because he's not privy to the zoning details. It is the assembly that is privy to these zoning details. But the assembly is not also the one selling the lands. So how do we bring these two agencies to work? The traditional authority that is in charge of selling, so that at least at any point in time that a land is supposed to be allocated, the assembly is available or is present to be able to guide the traditional authorities to know that these areas are not reserved for residential development. These areas are. You understand? But if we have these two agencies working at para, they don't even meet. Then you tell me who. The worst of it is that the MC is sitting there. But it's only you can't find even 10% of MC who are appointed without the approval of the chiefs. It's the chiefs who are consulted, and most of the time it is their favorites who become the MCs, the MMDCs. Now you think if the MMDC sees his position as one that was influenced by one chief or by the chief in his area, you think if the chief does an allocation, he can sit and call the bluff of the chief. He can say that that area is not meant for zoning. So they are compelled to accede to some of these demands by the traditional authority, because at the end, that chief there can even make or unmake him. You understand? So these are very structural issues. I don't know whether the election of MMDCs can solve that problem, but that also will come with its own challenges, because now the MMDC now seems, because some of these demolition exercises you see around, have you seen any political figure around? Like, if I say political figure, have you seen like an MP around? You will find MPs there because it's risky.
But they're party financiers.
No, I'm saying when they are doing the demolition exercise,
at that point,
you can find the GCE, the MCE being present, but you will find the MP there. Most of the time, you will find MP because it is politically suicidal to want to show your face at that moment. You understand? It's because the MP knows that he's elected and he doesn't have to incur the wrath of these people. Now, if the MMDC or the MCE or the DCE also becomes an elected position tomorrow, now, who leads that chat? Because that DCE also now fear that if I lead this tomorrow, I'll be voted out. You understand? So we are actually on a difficult path. The way...
But should it be about what the people want, or it should be about the law and how that works?
It's all about our society, how we've structured our society. It should have been
but we need to
law.
fix it.
We all know that Jilton. But unfortunately, the way we've structured our society, you see, we should be able to do the right things, no matter whose ox is guax. But unfortunately, we are not able to do it.
When you say we are not, who are not? The authorities?
Even the authority. Look, everybody.
Who is in charge? You are in charge. The research you promised, you are in charge.
You've never been in charge.
You are in charge.
I'll come to you. You started with that.
You say we're not doing a good job.
Let him make his point.
People die when they go and apply for jobs.
Allow him, please.
People die even when they are sleeping in their homes and it's raining.
Otherwise, when you're also talking in the interject, I won't be able to stop them.
The question I'll just
Bella, it is not true that the Minister of Finance has withheld funds that are supposed to remain for this dredging. And like you rightly pointed out, we have seen how, since the Gary project started in 2019, how the funds have been dissipated. We've seen how over 103 million Ghana cedis was released, and only 11 million out of 103 was what was used specifically for flood-related issues. You have 22% of it used for training. You have about 7.5 used for consultancy. You have over 60% of that amount used for COVID-related expenditures. Even when we were paying COVID taxes.
So World Bank is lying. That's what you're saying. World Bank is lying.
We have COVID taxes, we have sanitation levels, and we have our sanitation minister who had all these millions of dollars in her room. We haven't even come to that. So you see, this government came and saw that this picture or that area was murky, and also it's not only that area. But it is not to say that even when they were doing those audits and those checks, they were not releasing funds. If you check, 2025, about $3 million was released by the Minister of Finance, and it was used by the Works and Housing Ministry to do the dredging. You remember the famous video where Atachia, when he was the housing minister, where he took Nanado to Odona, and they gave us a very beautiful scene of what we were expecting from Odona, how the Odona was going to be turned into one of the beautiful areas that you have in Madrid and all those areas, where we could even, to attract tourists and all those. What happened to it? These were all gargantuan promises they lined up, which they never fulfilled. And the monies that were supposed to be used to carry out some of these projects, if they were done and done well, today we will not be sitting here. Today, as we speak, this government has released over $10 million on this. And I can tell you that each and every penny was used for the purpose for which it was.
Over 10 million?
Yes.
From the guide
From funding. The guide fund.
Okay.
And each peswa from that amount has been used for that
When
purpose.
was that money released?
2025, 3 million, 2025 and 2026.
Okay.
You understand? And we would, the rest of the monies will be released. But you see, it is necessary that we get our acts well, because the government, JM, redirected that we should repurpose this fund so that we don't have these other ancillary things taking a chunk of the money. At the end of the day, how can you have 103 or only 11 is going for the intended purpose? That is where we have to. So if we are taking measures to make sure that we curtail the wastages, it should not be seen as a way of not addressing the issue. Now, some of the issues we have, look, these behavioral issues is been spoken about by the president of today. I've seen videos of Ronaldo also saying that the issues we have in the country regarding the flood, they are more to do with behavioral issues. So it cannot be taken away from the fact that we have to look at how we manage our environment and see how that also addresses this issue. Look, this drainage, I've always asked myself, if we all know where the Accra water is coming from the Ebru side. Now go to the Ebru area, especially the base of the mountain. You have all manner of estates agencies coming up. All manner of buildings are coming up. Now, why don't we even have a policy that before you even give approval for any agency, any estate company to build estate, they should have within that estate this water retention ponds. Rainwater. It should be mandatory. You should carve out some portion of your land to retain the water. You don't just come because you have the ability to build. You build, and the water that was supposed to be retained there now moves down.
But don't we have a policy like that already, where you're supposed to leave some part of your land for greenery?
No. The only thing we have are the Ramsar which are protected by law. So if it is already there, you know, by our laws, some of these Ramsar sites are already internationally protected. You understand? So those areas, once you go there, then they become, because we are signatories to these international conventions, it becomes like an offense to trespass in those areas. But even with that, we still go and build in those areas. And the worst thing about it is that when they say they are doing demolition exercises, they demolish the top structure. And what is even actually blocking the water for seeping into the ground is left there. Nobody goes to the foundation to actually make sure that the foundation is actually demolished. And so we end up just I don't know, we are just putting the cart before the horse. And say we are so this issue is not so much of I didn't want to go into politicizing this issue, because we've all agreed that as government
you did worse.
As government, we failed.
I would want us to move on to our second topic.
We have failed, and that we should address this
so that we have enough time for that as well. Because then we'll have to keep doing back and forth.
No problem.
What I do, hold on, Akosia, don't worry. To be fair, let me just move through. If they don't have anything to say, then I'll come to you. But I just want to give each person a minute, and I'll time it so that we can have enough time to go into our second topic. Dr. Ramsey, do you have anything to say on this? To add on to it?
Well, Donna, 1 minute is not enough, but I think that I think listening to Akosia, I can see that she's very compassionate about finding solutions and about what has happened to the people of Ghana.
It's sad.
Yes, as she says right now, it's sad. But has she forgotten that under your government, you sank $97 million in a hole, Akosia.
You sat on this studio once. No, I'm
let him land
before he lands.
So that he can get his 1 minute. You get your 1 minute too, Akosia.
No, for somebody that
otherwise then I have to move on.
Another political party.
Please.
That doesn't seem to have any issues or doesn't take any
make his point
to anything that happens with this government.
But
only takes exception to what happens.
If you're being objective, I criticize that this government
I will give you the time, please.
Fail to execute protective measures when GMET issue signals. Didn't I say that this morning?
Continue.
I said this morning.
I just remembered an interview you granted. I'll continue.
No, please. What I'm saying is that.
Continue. Feel free.
What I'm saying is that $97 million. You were in that government. Indeed, the deputy CEO of YE. In fact, under your ministry, you were in charge. Under your agency.
No.
As part of your mandate, right? You had sanitation, and that's why you had a contract with Zoom Lion. Yes, still Accra was deemed or was said to be one of the dirtiest.
That's why over 30 people have died
in Ghana.
Let him land.
I'm asking him.
You can ask him when it's your turn.
I want to be sure where he's coming from. Whether he's coming from a good place.
With the Garrett, well, I hail from the people of Ghana. When we sit on this platform, it is Ghana first. This is the sense of the United Party. And when we speak truth, we do not care whoever is in front of us, we will tell you the truth. And because we care about the people. And that's why I said that for over 30 years till date, we have failed the people. Akosia. And it's because of these things.
Care responsibility.
Now,
and
Bella,
and objective.
Under the Garrett project, they diverted $64 million to COVID expenditure. Did you hear of a Sanergu former PC of the MPP say that she got 100,000 CDs and that some of her party executives and other regional executives across the length of this country got free monies?
COVID money.
Yes? Did you hear about that? Did you hear about monies that were spent to procure vaccines through a middleman? And with this COVID vaccine issue, Bella, I can be the lead activist in this because I know much about COVID procurement, the vaccines, and things that Akufo-Addo and I.
Did you take the vaccine?
I'm coming.
Did you take the vaccine?
I'm coming.
Did you take the vaccine?
I'm coming, please.
Did you take the vaccine?
Hold on, let him.
Please. Let me.
Did you take the vaccine?
Involved in there.
I'm saying that
Did you take the jab?
There's more to this COVID vaccine.
Ramsey, did you take the vaccine?
I can speak.
Did you
but
take the vaccine?
Because listen, and I don't care because at the end of the day, it's the people's interest.
Did you take the vaccine?
Okay.
Please. I paid for the vaccine.
You paid for the vaccine?
I paid for the vaccine. No, I paid for it.
Yeah, prolonging his 1 minute because you keep interjecting.
Bella, COVID-19 vaccines, you said you procured it through one middleman, a sheikh. You have the embassy here, Russian embassy here. You could have used diplomatic means.
About
please.
The floods and matters.
Money you diverted. We paid for vaccines, and the vaccines were not delivered.
You cannot have an issue.
It's not all right. So these are the issues that we are talking about. All these monies that we lost. Then
over $2 billion
we talk about the ghost
annually.
Let Nelson just
National Service Secretariat.
His day, then we'll just
we talk about the PDS.
Your critique is not coming from a good place. And I won't sit here and accept it.
Please. Oh, really? And yours is a good place. I go say.
Oh, yes. At least I'm clear where I'm coming from.
Let's be mindful of.
And we are not. And we are not.
I'm clear where I'm coming from.
And we are not.
So
Nelson, carry on.
You said a whole lot of politicians on platforms like this, then it's as if you are out completely.
You are not out.
However, I think that this banter is completely unnecessary. What we need to focus on more is what then is the way forward. There is a problem. We are all talking about the problem, and every year it keeps up, coming up for discussion. What exactly must we do as a country to deal with the issue once and for all? I think that one of the issues that we need to look at has to do with compliance, enforcement of our laws. As I did indicate, Ghana, we have beautiful laws, but implementation has always been the problem. And so we need to enforce the laws right from the district assemblies level to the national level. And so if you have a bylaw that deals with sanitation issues, it must be strictly enforced. Then also, I learned the Attorney General has sent a bill to Parliament to bring back the regional tribunals. I think that we need sanitation courts in this country, right from the district. We do have. So we need the sanitation courts to also, expedite their action so that if somebody is throwing something somewhere which is not supposed to be, then the person will be fine. Then also initially there was a conversation regarding we having a new capital city. Because when you go to Nigeria, they have Abuja and they have Lagos. And then when you go to La Côte d'Ivoire, they also have Yaoundé. And then I think that, but that should be...
Yamoussoukro, sorry.
Exactly, Yamoussoukro and then Abidjan. And I mean, Ghana's population is well over 35 million. And so I think that the time has come for us to all have a discussion around that topic as to whether a new political capital or administrative capital is actually needed. And for me, when you ask me, there are a lot of regions have come up for whether we should go to eastern region, to the northern region. Some are saying Techiman is the center of Ghana. But then we must go to a place where we will not face this problem in future. And as somebody who understands the geographical landmarks of Volta region, I will recommend to the government that we go to Volta region as our new administrative capital.
I see. All right. Yes, you also have a
I take exception to the comment that the banter is unnecessary and that solutions are important. The solution is in the Garrett project, and the area's ring fence is what will reduce the flooding. That report sits at the Ministry of Finance. Now, this issue about the $69 that both of them co-signed and agreed on.
65 million, you mean?
$69 million. The ranking on Works and Housing, AJ Corsa, and he's a member of parliament, he sits at parliament. He spoke to it, that 69 was actually an emergency release clause that the World Bank was well aware of. And that money was returned to chest.
Is it the money that we diverted into COVID? Is that what
yes,
it's 65 million
65,
actually? Yes.
Good. So that 65 has been returned to chest. So there's no issue whatsoever. Again, between all of us sitting here, none of us can say we are more credible than the World Bank. With the stringent rules and the application of it that they put to their work, and for them to let us know that the funds that is supposed to be used for this project is sitting at a ministry, and our convenient excuse is that it was diverted, and as such the minister has to look into it. Under an idea of a big push where over $10 billion will go into roads, with an annual clause of releasing at least $2 billion every year. Look at $2 billion and $69 billion that you wanted to hide under the cover of propaganda to say that it's the $69 million that is reducing, is delaying the project. According to that same agency, giving that, yes, the Minister of Finance, that is the caretaker minister for the Ministry of Defense, okay, knows and is aware that this will create a problem. If I can find $2 billion for roads that will be rolled out in years to come, then I can find the money that allegedly had been taken, only to find out that the money is sitting there. So let's not play with people's lives and hide under it. You talked about misappropriation on COVID amongst other things.
Hold on.
I thought you would have said that.
Hold on. Let me just quickly read this. So I'm looking at the report from World Bank on the Garrett project. And in fact, the delay didn't only start under the NDC, I mean this current government, and I'll just read that. So it says that as of April 14, 2026, cumulative disbursements amount to 137.66 million, representing approximately 40% of the total project financing. Disbursement activity had been limited throughout 2024 and 2025, with the April 2026 withdrawal representing a resumption following an extended lull. The project experienced no disbursements for approximately 16 months, November 2023 to March 2026.
Let me.
This is from the World Bank.
Let me help you cement the situation even better.
And it was due to government fiscal control.
In charge, as we speak, the venerable John Dramani Mahama is not new to the presidency. In 2012 to 2016, there was a flooding incident in which he actually came to say that he has tasked the Minister of Finance to release funds for a storm drain. And after that is done, there will be no flooding in Accra. He's been there before. So having known the issues that plagued his first, presidency, at the very least, you sit down with your diary and see these are the issues, the challenges I had. Maybe for me not to have these issues again, maybe I need to expedite.
I don't understand what I'm saying. What I'm reading here is also from the World Bank. And I'm just reading, sorry, Doctor, please. And I'm just reading.
Oh, really?
That the World Bank said.
I'm trying to listen to her. When you're shouting over her, I'm not listening. I want to understand her point.
Oh, really?
When he's talking, you keep interjecting him. But listen, so you can end on this conversation. The World Bank itself is saying in its reports that money was not disbursed from November 2023 to March 2026. November 2023 all through 2024, the NPP was in power. And so if you're pointing fingers at the current governments that they are the ones not releasing it, the question that should be asked, for that period, why was it not released as well so that we can address the flooding issue?
Within the projects that were ring-fenced, work started. Even if the work wasn't drawn down from the Garrett projects, the NPP took the lead on projects. Abofu, Achimota area, there are several flooded sites or prone to flooding sites that they started work on. My point again is this. When it comes to the World Bank Fund, it's not a loan that we go and pay interest on at the barest minimum. You don't go for loans from the World Bank. On this particular issue, it was basically a grant. We are not paying interest on any loan. We were made to understand that Sisi Adapa had chopped monies. He even sat here and said the monies were under her bed. This was what he was referring to. No, but you allowed him to say those things.
No,
and I'm curing it. No.
It's just a question I'm asking you so that you can land on it.
I'm saying that the work that we have done, you are saying that the World Bank is also saying that we didn't draw down on the funds.
Yes.
Then it means that no monies were missing.
I don't think anybody has said here that monies were missing.
They talked about misappropriation. Didn't you hear it?
Yes.
But didn't you hear he was sitting right next to you, barking in your ear that
monies were diverted into COVID.
And I just explained that on the $65 million that you and I are aware of, the ranking has said that money was returned to chest. Now the projects that they have listed, and I'll list the projects.
I have to end
so that because we have to come to the
because we need to talk about Eurobond. We don't have enough time. That's why I wanted to give everybody a minute.
Once you open the door, there needs to be time to clear the air. At least they sat here and created a certain impression. But we have to clear it because
how much did you
they threw that in the red.
Okay.
The buses that cost $10.
You said you paid for it.
You see, you weren't happy when she was interjecting.
You said you
weren't happy when she was interjecting. So
almost times 2.
Let her just.
You said you paid for it. The certificate, according to the same World Bank, the stagnation of the project. Recent assessments by Garrett said it has been severely affected by fiscal controls introduced by the Ministry of Finance in 2025. The consequences include unpaid contractors, delayed interim payment certificates, slower execution of works, downgrading of project implementation performance, specifically Odor dredging. That's one. Achimota Abofu works slowed. The Buzia Highway Drain Project on hold. Nima Paloma Odona contractor has abandoned sites.
But all this happened at what point?
And West.
But that's what I'm reading to you. That they said between November 2023 till April 2026.
Believe that the basic works that I mentioned here, including the silting of gutters, amongst other things, that at least we routinely did, have been abandoned.
So you're not accepting.
Yes,
it's like you're not accepting the fact that.
I will not accept.
Yes, you are pointing fingers at them.
No,
they didn't draw down, but
they pointed
between
fingers
your period
at us.
as well. You also did not disburse the entire period.
So has the Odor been?
Okay.
They pointed.
Let Anna come.
No, Bella, I will not allow you to do.
No.
They pointed.
I'm giving you more time than I gave all of them.
They in their collective ambush sought to put blame. And in my submission, I said that. If you are talking about monies, whether released or not, if you can find $2 billion annually to push road projects, then you can prioritize the lives of people, especially the marginalized, to find $70 million to fix the problem. Let's not downplay the lives of people and make
your points made. Please let him also speak.
I am really taken aback. I've seen Akosia sit here to now give credit to themselves, especially the MPP, for dredging Odona. Or the Odor River.
Turn it into a tourist attraction.
Now, Bella, if
you didn't
I'm sure you are aware of this, that before even during JM1, we had Ibrahim Mahama, who was using his own resources. It had no cost to the state. There was nothing hitting the state. To dredge this place, and you had the then minority leader, Chairman Sabosu, holding press conferences and lambasting government for allowing Ibrahim Mahama, who was just doing a corporate social responsibility, free. He was dredging the same river that you were fighting him for. Today, you want to take credit for dredging the same river using our taxpayer money, which money we can't even tell how it was spent. So, when something was being done for us for free. Now, Akosua also sits here, and she wants to poo-poo the investment in the big push.
I take exception to that.
Do you know that part of the big push monies are meant to construct even gutters, especially on the major roads? Because when you are doing roads, part of it is to make sure you have drains, some drains. What are those things meant for? They are also meant to control these floods. And there are those big push projects within Accra. I can talk of Domi Komia and other areas. So if those drains are eventually constructed, are they not going to help in resolving, in addressing the flood situation? So why do you want to say that the money should have been taken from big push and used for this? When in the end, the same big push project will even do the same problem
right.
or will resolve the same issue that you are talking about.
Okay, points made. Let's move on to our second conversation this morning. And Ghana, according to the finance minister, has settled its $700 million Eurobond debt ahead of its schedule. And so, according to the ministry, the payment was completed on Thursday, July 2, 2026, and comprised $525.2 million in principal repayments and $174.8 million in interest payments. And the latest settlement brings Ghana's total payments to Eurobond holders to $2.1 billion since January 2025, in line with the country's Eurobond debt exchange program. And so the ministry said the repayments was executed through the government's planned financing arrangements and did not place undue pressure on Ghana's foreign exchange reserves. And so this is the information that's out there. We'll get into this conversation at this point. Doc, good news?
Well, Bella, I think that it's good we have a finance expert in the middle.
In the middle, eh?
Yeah, in the middle. Very strategically placed. And I think it's good news. It's a clever move, right? Especially paying ahead of time and also trying to get some form of investor confidence. We should be aware that under the MPP, our FDI, foreign direct investment, right, sank to its lowest 6-year low, because investors were not confident in the junk status of our economy rated by Fitch, CCC+, and that we were even kicked out of the Eurobonds. Now, Bella, we can celebrate this. Of course, we are paying off our debt. It's not that we are getting some money to continue certain development or invest into the big push, etc., right? But I think that going forward, we need to consolidate these gains by enhancing expenditure and investment in our external sector, exports. Because why do we go to the Eurobond? To tap into the foreign exchange markets, bring foreign reserves, beef up our foreign reserves so that we have huge covers, import covers, right? That is why also government also does the cocoa syndication loan that we in the United Party are even against. But I think that going forward, $700 million does not mean that, Bella, today our interest rate is a single-digit number, right? It doesn't mean that the millions of youthful people that are jobless are gaining employment opportunity. But indeed, it is a step in the right direction, and I believe that government now has to be strategic in consolidating these gains. And that is why, if you look at the Great Transformational Plan and the wisdom of Honorable Alan Kojo Tramantin, who gave birth to the 1D1F, that was sabotage. Sabotage.
By who?
Bella, a project that was meant to give permanent jobs, right? And ensure that Ghana reorients its economy from an import-driven one to an export-driven one, right? Only got 400 million cedis. How much did NAPCO get? 2.3 billion in excesses. And that was just on a temporal basis, and people were not even paid. They were owed till date. So that's why I'm saying that he was sabotage. And the Nanas People's Party, elements of the Nanas People's Party know very well what I'm talking about. But indeed, we are not the ones who spill the beans. The owner of the beans will spill it in this right time. Bella, what I'm trying to say is that we have to go back to Nkrumah's vision, and indeed the vision of Alan Tramantin under the Great Transformational Plan. We have selected strategic anchor industries. For example, oil and fats, right? Malaysia today rakes in over $20 billion from the export of oil palm and other product that comes from this commodity. We in Ghana have been blessed with a lot of arable lands. The 5 northern regions is so arable enough that it can even feed the whole of West Africa. We should support commercial farmers and our youth in farming so that we can be able to leapfrog the poverty and reduce the urban to rural to urban migration, Bella, which is causing a whole lot of choke in Accra. And you see that if you go to the marketplaces today, it's an eyesore. You have a lot of youthful people that are sleeping outside. Bella, the government needs to do much to bring down the interest rate to a single-digit figure so that our businesses can be competitive. today we talk about after, right? But if you are borrowing from a bank in maybe South Africa, if the South Africans are exporting their products in Ghana and they are borrowing at a single-digit interest rate, and our industries are borrowing at a double-digit interest rate, we cannot compete in terms of pricing.
Okay.
And we know that in the African market, prices are sensitive to consumers. So I believe that the finance minister has what it takes, and he should be able to leverage on all these positive gains, right? So that they can support an industrial drive in Ghana and tap into the youthful exuberance of our people.
All right.
So that we can reduce unemployment. So I think that this is a big win. It's quite unfortunate that we had to borrow a lot of money from the Eurobond market without any tangible development to the people of Ghana, which we are calling on the AG to expedite the process of ORA. Because to date, $21 billion, which is alleged to be looted, and to date, we are not seeing it recovered to support even the repayment of some of these Eurobond debts that we owe to these external creditors.
All right.
So, Bella, I think that is a step in the right direction. It's very positive, and they should keep this work up, but we would also keep them on their toes. Because, indeed, we are still waiting for the 24-hour economy. That one job, 3 shifts, 3 people. We are still waiting
for it.
We are still waiting.
All right. Nelson, you think it's a good idea. It's a good step in the right direction. But you also have issued a warning, more like. Why? Tell us what the warning is and why you are issuing that warning.
All right. So before I go to the warning, I want to just use some few minutes to explain the benefits of this to the larger Ghanaian economy.
Okay.
I mean, it is always important. I am a market analyst. I play within the investment banking space. And so some of these things are very, in finance, we call something efficient market hypothesis, which simply means that prices reflect information as and when they trickle in. And so it is important that this particular payment will inure to the general benefit of the economy, to the market itself, because investors always want to have their money back. You get it. They always want to have their money back when they give it to you. And so we have had situations where our debt was unsustainable. We borrowed, and over-borrowed. And the funny thing too was that there was nothing that we could show at the time and even now with those monies that we borrow. And that actually led to the debt restructuring, the haircut and all those things. But with the government honoring its commitment to these bondholders, it's a clear demonstration that investor confidence will bounce back to the Ghanaian capital market. As market players, we've always been saying that the market is very thin. The market is very illiquid, just because the confidence level in the market is very low, because people bring in their money, but at the end of the day, they don't get the money back. And so they are rather sending the money to other jurisdictions. But the government has demonstrated enough commitment that since they came to power, this is the third tranche that they are paying, which actually amounted to about $2.1 billion, dollars. So it's a step in the right direction to enhance market confidence. And also liquidity. Liquidity in the sense that if government is able to pay them, they will bring the money back again, because now they have confidence that the money will be paid. So it's going to enhance some level of liquidity within the market. Again, our rating is also expected to go up. Now, you know that Ghana, we were actually rated junk, as in the economy was anemic at the time. But gradually, things are turning around, because if you look at the various macroeconomic indicators, I mean, you compare them to other peers in the sub-region, you realize that we are doing far better. And so we expect that the next time, Fitch or Standard & Poor or any of the rating agencies are rating, Ghana's economy will be rated upwards. And that is very key, because once your rating is high, what it technically means is that you are credit worthy. And so once you are credit worthy, when you go out there to go and borrow, the rate at which you borrow will be lower, which also means that you will not be using taxpayers' money to be paying, servicing your interest. And so we expect our rating to also, go up. Then finally, the payment itself gives what you call policy credibility to the government. Not only policy credibility to the government, but the credibility of the policy makers themselves. And so this one, we call it a control environment. The tone at the top clearly shows that we are credible. Bring us, recently the governor has been preaching about foreign direct investment, and even Ghanaians abroad should bring back money home for investment. And so clearly, this also shows that in terms of policy, government policy is credible, and the policy makers themselves are also credible. And so this is good news for the market. In fact, when the statement was released yesterday, I had some few calls from some of my guys outside Ghana who are saying that, oh, Nelson, now the market is good. So most of them wants to bounce back and then, invest within the Ghanaian economic jurisdiction. But the major issue that we have to focus more as a country has to do with the rate at which we build our reserve. Now, when you read the statement that was issued, it was stated expressly that the payment was done, but then without any effect on our gross, our international reserve position. Now, as at 2025 first quarter, our total gross international reserve was about $10.2 billion. And then first quarter 2026, our gross international reserve was about 14.1 billion, Ghana cedis, dollars. Now, when we check the summary of economic and financial data released by Bank of Ghana, even as at April, May, thereabout, our gross international reserve was also about 15 billion, which means that the rate at which we are depleting our reserve is actually very slow. And that is good because you need the reserve to support the stability of your currency. If you are depleting your reserve, what it technically means is that your CD will also depreciate. This brings to fore my warning that we need to recalibrate our effort and refocus more on the external sector. These monies from World Bank, the Garrett money, we go and borrow, they all come to Bank of Ghana to shore up the reserve. But that is not organic. That is inorganic. Because at any time you are paying your external debt, you are depleting your reserve, your CD will continue to. Because now, Bank of Ghana has to be intervening in the market to meet the demand of, the dollars that we have. As at June, the CD appreciated by 3.3%. However, the cumulative year-to-date depreciation is about 7.9%, which is good because too much intervention too is also so Bank of Ghana is being cautious regarding their intervention program. So I think that the payment is a clear signal. We call it a signaling effect to the international community that government is credible, government policy is credible, and the policy makers themselves are also credible.
I see. Okay. Let me bring Akosia in on this as well. Akosia, why are you smiling? Okay. But I mean, yes, a warning has been issued, but across the board, if you listen to finance experts, they think that these payments that we've made ahead of the scheduled time is a very good step. What do you say?
I mean, at the end of the day, we are supposed to make payments, but beyond the payments is also the question of the so-called stability that we have been, inundated with, as vis-a-vis cost of living, price of goods and services, cost to business, and day-to-day challenges that Ghanaians are facing. We've just had a conversation about floods, where a deliberate attempt to create the impression that monies were diverted have been exposed, that monies were not diverted, that a certain narrative that works were not that, works have been done. They are hiding under an audit not to have done work, and now people have died. We are at this juncture with Eurobonds and monies paid. And for me, what matters to me is that I want to see that when we are talking about these fundamentals, we don't have the ordinary Ghanaian complaining as much as they are complaining now. Rent is still going up, fees are still going up, prices of goods and services are going up. Dollar is down. I was on another program with him a couple of months ago. He was happy, dollar is down. But even in his own backyard, his youth are asking for jobs. They are asking for opportunities. And that is what matters. Out of all this, what opportunities are you creating for young people as far as employment is concerned? What avenues are you giving for businesses to feel less burdened? That way they can grow and even employ more people. That is what matters to me. At the back end of it is that painful debt restructuring that we started, the painful DDEP, which saw members of their party even come on shows to cry for those affected. I haven't seen that same empathy for victims of the flood.
Any members who cried?
No, your panelists on programs were crying on DDEP.
They were crying?
Yeah.
Literally,
literally, the videos are there. They
I
wept,
see.
tears. And that same empathy doesn't go to, you know, the flood victims of 90,000 plus. I mean, in terms of the documentation, as in those who have lost. No, I'm talking about loss of lives and property.
Yeah. You don't
if we are celebrating a Eurobond, if we are celebrating a Eurobond and we are looking at it in the face of recent challenges, what does it matter to somebody at Odona or somebody at Anyaso Utum who has suffered the floods when you are happy and smiling about your Eurobond? At the end of the day, it's the bread and butter issues that will also matter. And that, for me, is what I want to see an improvement in.
Okay.
I want to see that jobs are there in the numbers, because the 24-hour economy that they promised, I do not see it. As I sit here, every single day, people DM me asking me for jobs. And even he's away. In his own backyard, he has not been able to provide jobs for the young people he said you put in the military and police. He's not been able to do it. They are on his neck.
Okay.
Even championing the virtues of this government is not able to give opportunities to young people. Even though he once said that he's the best entrepreneur, he got an award for it, which I was happy to hear. Based on what he loves to do, he should champion and make it important to create avenues for young people. The truth on the floor of TV3 this morning is that young people want opportunities as far as jobs are concerned. And it's not just MPP people, it's NDC people, it's C people, it's UP people. Even though I don't see the number of UP youth that follow you, I believe they also want jobs. Start from that end and call the government out.
I see.
Thank you very much.
Honorable, let me even give in at this point.
Well, thank you so much. I think we can't help but side with our finance experts here that this is a good omen for the economy. Bella, you see, sometimes when these things happen, when some of these commitments are fulfilled, it helps even the private sector. People will just see it as government image becoming good or better. But you see, the private sector, banks and businesses also go out to borrow to do their things. And the rating you have as a country, how you are seen out there would impact even the private man going out to borrow money. So to the extent that we are now getting positive rating, and to the extent that the image is being polished, it's looking good now. Even the private man going out to look for money to run his business and employ more people is in a better position than we had before. Bella, you know that for almost some time now, what we've been paying has been the interest on this Eurobond. Around January 3rd, 2025, we paid 350, but 349 point something million, which was just interest on the accumulated Eurobond. Because of the Eurobond debt restructuring, we told our creditors that we will not be able to pay both the principal and the interest. We will be servicing just the interest for some time. But 2026 now, we are going to be doing big payment because now we are starting with principal payments. So you pay principal and you pay interest, which is why when you read the breakdown of this payment, if you go back to what was paid in 2025, it was just for interest. So it should tell you the harm that has been done to this economy. Look, and in the face of this, they spoke about the reserves, which our brother has touched on. Today, we have our reserve position giving us a cover of about 5.7 months. And we are looking to building it up to 15 months. You understand? We had in 2022, where our reserves could not even cover 1 month. So we have come far. And when these things are happening, they are meant to make sure that we build back the economy and create the necessary environment and jobs. Now, if you have created a situation where from now to 2038, in fact, these Eurobonds are structured, the debt structuring they did is from now till 2038, which means that from now till 2038, we'll be paying these debts. Now, if you are suffocating the country with these gargantuan debts, and when people are trying to manage the situation, you are the same people saying that, hey, people don't have jobs, there's no money in people's pocket. What money will be in people's pocket when we have to use the same money to pay our debts? You understand? And so it's a chicken and egg situation. In as much as the government is doing its best to create the jobs, to create the necessary opportunities for people, it has to still fulfill these obligations, which obligations will paint us in a very good light. In fact, tomorrow, when the government goes out to borrow, it will borrow at lesser interest. I said it. And that is good for the businessman. It is not just the responsibility. In fact, no, look, even the U.S. economy, it is not the state that provides job for everybody. We are not talking about a situation where everybody will come and be enlisted into the security, be enlisted into this. No. If we do that, then the economy, the same economy that we are trying to build will collapse. We are building a resilient economy which can sustain itself. Today, we are told that U.S. alone has about 25% of the world's GDP. That is enormous, which is why when Trump sneezes,
when he asks you to reverse a red card, you do it.
You do it. I've seen a picture where the referee is showing Balogun the red card, and he's also showing the referee Trump's picture.
I've seen that.
And that's a lot of things.
But anyway, okay.
So we have come far, and I just want to commend the finance minister and the government for how well they have managed this situation. We have to fulfill our debt obligation. It pains us very bad if we are seen to be people who run away from our debts.
All right. Obrimpong Kaba says that Bella, so is Akosia suggesting that Ghana should not service her debt until we achieve 0% unemployment rate? Hey, Sister Coos. It's a question that he's asking. What has Eurobond got to do with flood, Akosia? Okay, you seem to be very popular on the timeline. Everybody has a message for you. But we'll leave it here anyway. And of course, much later, I'm sure we can get into this conversation proper. Hopefully, at a subsequent time, we can speak to Nelson to break it down further for us as to how we even got here in the first place, why we had to make this difficult decision to structure our debts. And all that. So you let me leave it here before Dr. Ramsey gets into another conversation. But the big issue is sponsored by the University of Gold Coast. Whether you're aiming for a specialist MBA in marketing, communication, operations, supply chain, human resource management, finance, entrepreneurship, and innovation or business intelligence analytics, you want to advance through our dual MBA or Chartered Manager MBA. University of Gold Coast gives you that option that matches your vision. And if you also want an MSc International Relations, Communications, International Marketing, International Law, Security, Diplomacy, Accounting, Finance, or Human Resource Management, then you need an LLM as well in International Law or Security Diplomacy or an MA in Biblical Studies or Practical Theology. Then, of course, University of Gold Coast is the pathway for you because we make learning practical, basically, and flexible for you as well. And the most important thing is that you can study around your work and life and choose a route that fits your background and pay in convenient installments. So if you have checked that box and you want to study with the University of Gold Coast, then we're asking you to reach out to them now. Apply on their website, www.ugc.edu.gh, or call or WhatsApp them on 026 388 8555, 026 388 8555. University of Gold Coast, building leaders for the nations. I've been speaking to Dr. Ramsey Nusa. He's the Director of Research at the United Party. Good to have you. Thank you, brother. And yeah, our next introduction will be a bit more calm. And also, Nelson Kujo is a finance and tax expert. Thank you so much for joining us. Akosia Menu, advice on gender and social protection to the flag bearer. It's good to have you in the studios. And finally, Abdul Fattah Al-Hassan is the NDC member or rep and also the MP for Yendi constituency. It's been a pleasure speaking to you all. And we'll be back with sports. Cookie is currently at Chado, and when the time is right, we'll cross over to her so she can interact with some residents who were badly affected by the floods and as a result lost their property, their homes, etc. So keep watching. We'll be right back with more. here in Accra. Nobody will go to Atlanta or wherever to go and be watching.
Bella, you've been enjoying it, haven't you?
Oh, I have. You guys have done a fantastic job, I must say.
Thank you.
I must say. I'm always looking forward to reports from either Michael, you know, or Oreku. And even you guys, I literally watch you every morning because that's where I get my info. So that when you come out, chat with you like I know football. I don't know anything. How you doing, Bill?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine,
I like
thank you.
the outfit.
Oh, thank you. I like your new haircut. You've changed your haircut.
Oh, you don't.
You see, I'm very observant.
Very.
You waited for Ghana to be booted out before you went to change, or are you mocking Ronaldo? Which one?
I'm a Ronaldo fan. I can't.
Oh, you are?
Oh yeah.
So you guys have gone back to your country. How are you feeling this morning?
A bit sad, but life goes on. Life goes on.
Oh no, if you no go, sorry. Yeah, one goat has to go home so that one goat to stay. There's no space for two goats.
That is why today Salah will use Messi for light too. Do you get it? Do you get it?
So what if I get you? But what if at the end of the game Salah becomes the goat in the soup?
No, there are no ifs.
You
will make.
You think they'll beat Argentina?
Oh yeah.
They have a better team.
Not better, but you don't need a better team to beat.
What do you need?
You just need the goals. Goals in everything.
You guys are just hating on Messi because Ronaldo is on his way home. You just want Messi to go home as well.
we want equality. Both goats have to go home. Equality is what we want.
You don't think about your Black Stars and how you will fix that problem. Because now we're wondering, Carlos says what? He didn't resign from the Black Stars?
So the statement he released, right, it was open to interpretation. Based off the first 3 paragraphs, the immediate thought is he's resigned.
Yeah.
But the additional paragraphs sort of show that maybe he's not. So we did ask a few sources close to the matter, and they stated that he has not resigned. What he said was basically taken out of context, and his contract still runs until August. So as of now, he's still at post as the head coach of the Black Stars.
He deliberately wrote what he wrote.
But my colleague Andrew Sifa-Banfo puts it together in this report.
Left to you, does he stay or does he go?
No, me, if I have my way, I'll tell the administration to keep him, because before we lost our last game, what was our impression about the head coach? Everybody wanted him
very positive.
Yes, so what has changed? So me, I think if he's staying, that will be good for our football, and there's a lot he can give to the Black Stars, you know. So I believe management will talk to him and, you know, ask him to stay on, if only he wants to stay. But unfortunately, sometimes most of these expatriates come here and, you know, make a name because they know the talent is here. If they are able to put certain things together, just a little bit, they will get the results and get the fame that they want. Not that he is not famous, but to do well with a team that didn't have any hope going into the World Cup, what he has done, people have, you know, really liked the way he carried the team, the system he deployed, and how it worked out all together. So I think he has done well. So we should think about it, and, you know, if we can extend his contracts for him, that will be fine, and that will be good for the Black Stars.
Okay.
So that was Maxwell Konedu, former assistant of the Black Stars. I asked him personally what he thought about the situation and whether he thinks Carlos Queiroz should stay.
Yeah.
He believes he should, based off the work that he's done. I mean, he had a very short period and was able to deliver a run of 32 for the Black Stars. So that goes for him. What we do understand is that there will be meetings that will be had between Carlos Queiroz, the GFA, and then the Sports Ministry to decide on the way forward, because Ghana will have the 2027 AFCON qualifiers to play starting in September. So they do have to find a solution when it comes to permanent coach. So we should expect a few more details in the next few days on that.
I see. Hopefully Carlos will be retained, because then there's no point. He says we don't have to just wait for the team to be fixed on the pitch. There's a lot more work that has to be done structurally as well. He's the best person to do this at this point, I guess.
Yeah.
So you are for him staying?
Yeah, I'm for him staying.
Okay. I like him too. I think there's something that he could do. Even though I didn't like some of his sets in some of the games he played, but just for what he did with England, maybe he should stay.
Yeah.
We seem to have built a solid defense team and a midfield.
Yeah.
It's the attacking that we now have to attack. Pun
true.
intended,
Very
right?
true. Very true.
Add me to your show.
Hey, Charlie.
Let me come and share my thoughts.
Hey, Charlie. Charlie.
What's the deal? Anyway, let's talk about your goat, who is not a goat anymore because he's on his way home. He said he was back, and he allowed Spain. He allowed his son's age mate to beat him. Because I saw a picture of, him and his son and Lamine Yamal. And Lamine is just, 3 years older than his son?
Okay, technically, yes.
Oh. So what will he tell his son when he goes home and says, Daddy, you allowed my age mate to beat you in a game? That you are better?
Hey, Bella, you're true.
Oh, Mobo. This year has not really gone well for you. Already people didn't pick the cap like you wanted. Then now your goat is also on his way home.
At least we picked the Premier League. I'm fine.
I don't think you people wanted that. You didn't want Premier League.
Oh no, I wanted Premier League.
You wanted
first.
Champions.
I wanted Premier League first.
You got that one.
Yes.
But the Champions one is what you fell on the floor and you couldn't take it.
I'm
now your goat to look at. Oh, and he was crying.
Oh,
someone's
as usual.
As usual, I know, right?
when he loses a big game, he definitely cry.
He's emotional.
Yeah, of course.
Because he loves the game.
Of course.
Yeah.
He's giving a lot to the game in
Of
23
course.
years, scored so many goals. He's still not retired fully from football, but I would guess this will be his last World Cup. He's 41. I don't think he'll come back for the 2030 World Cup.
What if he does?
I'll be surprised. And if he does, he should be on the bench.
Oh.
I don't think he should start. No, I don't think he should start. I think he's way past his best at this point.
Why are we forcing retirement on a man who might have some energy left?
Ooh,
The fact that this World Cup didn't go well doesn't mean the next one won't.
Energy at 45, dear.
We all thought Messi wasn't coming back.
At
and
least
he's back.
Messi's not 41.
So if Messi's 41, is this how you guys would treat him?
He might be worse than this. But to be fair, at this age, it's quite impressive that he's actually competing at the highest level and all of that. But it's unfortunate that after 6 World Cup appearances, there's no World Cup trophy to his name. But it doesn't really diminish his legacy. He's definitely one of the greatest to ever step on the football pitch, and he's definitely showed that over the years.
The universe can be very funny. He might not have won it as a player, but if along the line he decides to go into coaching someday and he gets the opportunity to coach, the Portuguese team and they win a cup, that will really, really make a statement. And I don't know why I feel like that could happen for him.
It could. It
could,
could,
right?
yeah, generally it could. It's like me thinking Lai Kingston gets to manage the Black Stars one day and takes the Black Stars to the World Cup. That would be amazing for him because he never played in a World Cup for the Black Stars. So
he never did?
He never did.
Why did I think he did?
Oh, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Well,
it's something that really still hurts him to this day. So one day if
he was part of the team, but he didn't get on the pitch, or he was never called.
He was never taken to the World
So all those times I used to watch Lai was what, AFCON?
It was other competitions.
I don't know why I thought he was.
Yeah, he never went to the World Cup.
Okay, but he wants to eventually be coach.
Yeah, he wants to. He's actually a coach.
He's been
but He wants to.
He wants to coach the Black Stars someday.
In the future,
That would be nice.
Yes.
That would be nice. We're looking forward to it. Olele as well. Olele is already on the team. I mean, I saw him, hugging Benjamin Asari after the England game and stuff.
You're
right?
talking about Fatah Dauda.
It was Fatah rather. Why did I think it was Olele?
Olele has been in the team before as a goalkeeper.
Oh, but it was Fatah that was hugging him.
Yeah, but it was Fatah Dauda.
So Olele is not on the team, like he's not helping out anymore. Okay. Well, let's leave it at that and talk about the USA.
Yes.
The person whose red card was, reversed, he didn't even play.
He played.
He did?
He started.
He started?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was taken off because it wasn't going well.
So why did they bring him back?
Well, I mean, you need all your best players.
He got a red card.
Yeah. To be honest, I think it was unprecedented levels. I don't think it's something that should have happened in the first place. But it did happen. Fortunately, Belgium really gave it to them. And per what I read after, they said that whole red card incident was extra motivation for them to really get the win. And they did it
Very good style.
They embarrassed them.
Yes.
On their own soil.
And one of my players is part, so
Who?
I'm happy.
Lukaku.
Trossard.
Oh, okay. I see.
And you see, the person who eliminated my goods, even though I'm sad, he's still my player, so I'm also happy.
You're happy?
Yeah, Mikel Merino.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Well, it's really sad. Someone tweeted and said they are waiting for the next 2 days to see if Trump is going to reverse the results of the game. That's the only time they'll know. That's the only time they'll know if the US is out or not.
Yeah.
But quite unfortunate. So Belgium is playing who next?
So Belgium, their fixture, I think they are set to play.
Are we done with the round of 16? No, not yet.
We'll be done
today.
Today. So I think
Egypt, okay.
After we'll know exactly who they play.
Oh, I see.
But I know that.
Oh, they're playing Spain? Belgium will play Spain?
Oh, yeah. Belgium will likely play Spain. True.
Hey,
they'll play Spain. There'll be also France versus Morocco as well in the quarterfinal. That's also very, very tough. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Team Mbappe anyway, so.
Team Mbappe?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not Team Messi?
No, I'm Team Mbappe.
That's nice.
I mean, I'm Team Messi too, and I'm Team Ronaldo, but I'm Team Mbappe first of all.
I'm especially happy for Mbappe because he will inherit the whole Ronaldo fan base, including myself.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. We are joining Team Mbappe.
Because you both dislike Messi, so you'd rather go and support Mbappe.
Oh, we don't dislike him, but...
You guys are hating on him.
We don't hate Messi.
We hear you. Whatever you say.
We just want equilibrium.
But France is winning anyway.
Yeah.
So the World Cup is for France.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Mbappe has to win.
I agree.
Because I was so heartbroken the last time. I mean, I was happy for Messi, but I was heartbroken for Mbappe. He looked so sad. Even when he won the Golden Boot, he didn't look at it. He took it but with a very sad face. So this time we're winning Golden Boot, then we'll win
the
World Cup as well.
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing it. You're agreeing?
Oh, yes.
You Messi hater. But Messi is playing today, and we're going to be showing it on TV3.
Yes.
Okay.
The match will start at 4 p.m., but we do have discussions from 2:45. So we'll do a pretty long build-up up until that game because we are expecting Salah to make Messi into a life.
You and who are expecting?
Oh, myself and you.
Me?
Bella, are you rejecting?
No, I'm not. I just
Are
think...
you not African?
Oh, I'm African through and through. Any day. But is Mbappe not African?
So won't you support
So me, I want...
Is Messi African?
Yes. I want another finale with Argentina and France. Like, I want us... No, you don't get what I'm saying. We have to revenge.
No. I don't want it to get that far, no.
Why?
I want Egypt to do it for me.
I love Egypt.
Yeah.
I think Mo Salah is fantastic.
Last dance for Salah. Send Messi.
Is he also retiring after this?
Yes. So he should
Why is everybody retiring at this point?
They are all old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this year, no, not for him, sorry.
No, he should send Messi.
There's going to be a sequel to the 2022 World Cup. We'll have Argentina and France in the finale.
Send Messi.
France will win. Mbappe will lift the cup.
No. Whoever Mbappe meets in the final, it should not be Argentina.
Is there a way that even if France wins, Norway can come and do their rowing at the end of the game? I think it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel like they're the only team that has like a tradition after every game.
Yeah.
I love it.
And the fans actually join.
Yes.
In the stadium,
I love it.
Outside the stadium.
Yeah.
It's pretty beautiful.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, so we'll be joining you at 2:45.
Yeah.
You say you'll be on air, right?
Mutala will be on air.
Oh, Mutala will be on air. Okay. All right. We will join Mutala from 2:45, and then at the end of the game, I'll find you because maybe you should do another video where you are going down. Oh, because you see, your dreams will not come to pass. Mo Salah, we love you. But Messi is going to the finale.
That is not happening. Messi is not going anywhere. Mo Salah will use Messi for the light soup tonight.
You people are just forcing this light soup. The light soup is for one person. The person has been cooked, boiled, spiced,
the one they actually call the goat. You're going to use him for that light soup.
There's one Sokoto. The Sokoto has been boiled already. It's already home. But Bill Asian has come away with some sports updates as well. I think that's about it for today.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sports takes over from 10 a.m. And so I'm sure we'll get some more details as to whether Carlos, is staying beyond August or not. But where are the boys? They are not coming.
Oh, they are coming.
It's only Atizigi I've seen.
Yeah, he's here. He's in.
He's the only one who has returned, right?
I think I
haven't seen anyone. I haven't seen anyone at the airport apart from him. Why, he's not afraid, eh? It's like he walked in with some confidence.
Afraid of who?
You know how Ghanaians are.
Oh, but he did well in the last game.
Oh, he did, of course, of course.
Also.
Yeah, but for him to come alone, where are the other boys?
I would guess some of them will go to different countries. It's not like certain that everybody comes to Ghana.
If they had won, wouldn't they all come home?
Well, there's that.
For a float and all those things, like, you know.
There's
so
that.
why are they not coming together?
It's not always that everybody will come together.
I see.
Some people split.
There are a few of them that I want to see and give a high five to.
Yes.
I think Jerome Opoku is great. I think Sergeant Ajete is great.
Oh, Sergeant Aditi.
Yes, I like him as well.
Yeah, I like him too.
I like Caleb Urenchi.
Yes.
I think he played a good job. Thomas Brandon Asante, I want to give him a hug and let him know that I understand how he feels. He shouldn't mind Carlos. We are going to protest. He will play the AFCON, whether Carlos likes it or otherwise all of us will run into our TV sets and go and play on his behalf. And who else? I mean, there are quite a number of them. I think Benjamin Asari Atizigi also did very well.
Yeah.
There's this guy who looks like the Piratintin guy. I've forgotten his name again.
Oh, which Piratintin are you talking about?
Piratintin. He looks like him. Gideon.
Oh, Gideon Mensah.
Yes.
Gideon Mensah.
I always think, when I see him, I think of Piratintin because I feel like they look alike. Yes, that's the person. I think he also did well as well. Who else?
Yeah.
Who else? Shout out to Jordan.
He still not
scored. Say something.
He still not scored a goal in 9 World Cup appearances. It just makes it tough, does it not?
Are you asking me? I don't know anything about sports. So
but shout out to our captain.
Which of them? Oh, Thomas Partey as well.
Yes.
Yes. We have to go. It's okay. My director said we are talking too much. It's okay. Let's go before we get ourselves into trouble. When we get back, we'll cross over to Cookie in Che Ado, actually. Yeah. That was heavily impacted by the floods last Monday, and Cookie is on standby interacting with some of the residents who were affected. Take a look.
Good morning from one of the communities here at Chado, which was hardest hit by the floods that we all encountered on 29th of June 2026. I'm just walking out of the living room, sweetheart Beme, of one of the ladies here, and the devastation even in the living room. Yebeka no twimu se eseweni and South Catcher. Auntie Esther, Cabra, camera ne de ebeba de mo ho. Good morning. You free TV3 and anope ya besra mu.
Good morning.
Na wo se wo living room any?
Pacho.
Ya room no yesi mo si niema be ye 2 weeks ni.
Pacho. A little over 1 week. And run start here.
Okay.
So no you many start here. Yes, ye the alcohol the other houses. No, the alcohol laundry. The alcohol a greater estate. Na egusugu nti ya ha enkofa ya mbe wash man every day no moko.
Anti mo kasa kwa de niema no do so ama mo amuntumi nsi.
Ya yense na ayokro.
Oh me ami hu se wo sa.
Yense na laundry no so de omo charge de kakra de koyo kra niema white ya obi niema. Wo hwe politics na egu na obi niema odifi we
baby ebre.
Be ebre yen ni nyina asai. Nti ese de ko laundry na politics ni bi na egu ne bags niema wo mpa.
Okay. Let's go back to day na insuo no start here. Insuo no start here now we.
Oh na e dem. Me niti be before 7. Okay. Na me ba compound me ba na insuo no I say ba ntimi si o ye ntimi nko bebi antimi small boy no kra me se mane nko school. Nti egusu gina ha na be na me si o me ko share dem kakra me ko share dem me da hwa be say few minutes after 8 na me ti say madi cent bi wo dem ho. Nti na me bo pri na me sorry na edem ho ina afọ nti me ne nkwala na ede na me nyane omo so omo sorry yi omo document ni bibia ehi omo na ndwane na ye ti say ye bie do ya na ha nyina na ye de ko share right dem what wo inside nti ye bie ya na speed na bibia before then na efo nti ye bie ye dwane akosoro na ede da ya ha. Yeah, we have level no outside.
We have level no na window na no. Enti by the time na mo ba bedwane no anase mo frifie no mu no na nsuo na level we na
yeah na edu ma wuntumi nkọ abonten wuntumi so nkọ enkọ ni wuntumi nkọ bebia.
Okay, and yenko inside me pese me hwe the devastation in our living room ha say enti by the time nsuo no edu window level no na chese ahasuso no na edu sa level ya yeke. Enti level la edru ye enie enti I can tell say wo dem niema nyina
bibia say yenyi bibia
e wo 2 bedrooms enti mattresses ni
bibia address yentumi nda so asa bibia apart from tell ya e was ro kakra say bibia electrical bibia say
ye pia bonten oyi o twa edem ho but me ankasa ne say kwa my confused ro baby a ma begina no. Good morning oh by me enti niema na musi no eno na ebi esensen ahoma yi so na wesia ma wo
yesia ayekro wo hwe me sister nsa yensen na ayekro me small girl sai obia nti abre but niema no so eni sei we mu say lace ni na sei nti say yesia na ya pe ya call for assistance or muguso ya ma he no
nti me patro omo be senior man no bra ba me na yenko be omo senior man no omo be senior man na ema mo one day nti niema muguso a niema muguso a musi eni
mpatro ai we na ene edugu ho say besi ebi so na egu dem ho efom ho no yemfa mai kra ebi ni bebre so wo dem ya kwa obe ho
enti na ensio eba wa ha de mpamso good morning no mpacho na mo fi hansa na niema ensio ne ba na mo na ya ha mu se mo besi niema no
na mo han se besi niema no.
Okay enti mesre o start si niema ne da ben
ye start free enne but nya hankwa na esi wo ye ko be fufuro nso kosi wo ansa na ne eba ha
oh enti mo no mo ye professional cleaners and say washers to me engaging more.
Yes.
Enti 50 time a flood this year and how many homes have you been to?
4 and 5.
4 and I say 5.
Yes.
Na mo kwa the volume of niema mo wo si no etise say na say ebru say kra.
Say akra. Ebru say kra. Obi mu dem kra ateche. E na nkrofo fa guy bi o mutimi ko ye kra ni wo dem. Ansa na ye senior man no nso. Eno so ye wo abonti senior man no. Yeah.
All right. My member me auntie Sonchen. Auntie, also so and then na oba fi her for the first time ana.
Patro and then first time ba.
Okay. Ti mo start senior man be time ben.
4 ahaka 4.
What call 3 places. Ahaka ho 4. Enti patro ni me ya na mu si wa he. Ahe na mo beje.
Yes e beji 2.
Ukasi 2 CD and
200 CD.
Okay, 200 new CDs. Okay, for 1 day pay. For near my nina and Asika. Nti moye de na mo quantify moye de na to make us say okay dudu say na ebesi for 200 mo kan ntade na na
patcho de bi
nti moye ne say na mo
de go ha na ya bobo no
okay nti say ade a mo ba be wash for 5 days e wa ha na say no 1000 Ghana eno no
patcho
okay yeah that's it yenko to some of the your friend is saying na omote. Let's go to some of the people who lived in this house at the time that the floods. Oh my goodness. So we have a dog here on the compound who survived the floods. It's trying to give us a little hard time. But let's go out because I'm told that in this community, almost everyone in this community but let's go and talk to other people now, Yembra, because I'm told it's not just this house. Hello, good morning. Oh, maybe mona monsuso menemo abo nkomo. I can tell that obiniama enegu abonti. Me patro if you hire why fie. Good morning, good morning. Wo fie wo. Wow. Enti niema na mutumi retrieve no we de menye sure so betumi ayehu bibia meboa enti adani baller e na wasese gu enimu ha mami wura honhwe se oh auntie we de brana me no mo nkomo kakra because me hu se eniema egu abonte me sure ye fra osen
we de Regina Santi
okay auntie Regina sese no niema we no sese no aya condemn ana untumi nya ho hwe
David
okay na eden den ne masa na sisi a wa declare ne condemn
entade ye bags ye mpaboa tinu ne mande bebre kwa
na na me hu se wa hata bi so ewo
me ma me yo hima
awu ma me ye hima
ona tare etini kente nyina na afo ye ni hwe nyi.
Okay, but apart from entade ne me ye wo he e dey biom na wa hwere se wo se o sese no wasike mu a e be sen
yentimenka because yentade nyina opetumi
my remu na me hwe the eco support e wo fie ho so I'm also trying to ascertain the damage done to this auntie's house and I can tell that there is literally nothing to salvage at all. She's only trying to wash the clothes that she's been able to salvage from the flood waters. But Mr. O TV wo fridge enin ba kokura ni ho
ejuma TV me no and a fridge. Okay. So no baby about die
me pese yanko na me hwe because I say me who from window level no ma me patcho before ye be remo no enti level a ensuo no edru ye no eno na me hu wall hu na me patcho start ye na wo he ensuo no start ye na wan fa
me de na me nia na mo sakomo no enti me ba na o ko teacher ni o ko school omo ne hu accident no toti ye no mo frɛ me na kyese me bae
na eto no mo ankasa no mo we he no mo wo dem
enti me second boss no siniema no hu ya sen so na buwo no gate no ebu no
enti gate ya mechanic gate ya ye hu
ebu
so no force
no mo kwachi no ha se
wow
so aha ne wo fom enti so na free ha ni nyina aha na be fae na ball anso egum the ball at it ne say ya sesesi ho no kwa yenwie
na enti nyeme dudu ahe na ubetumi esi ahe na ubetumi ase use biom
oh makoma wo de we say ekobola na esi we say ekobola
almost everything ekobola na aha won kwa na ote ha
bacha da me ne me banati ane me na
enti deep freezer kese ye esi hoi enye adwuma
enra ne koto
capacitor enra na mkoto capacitor ebehwe se na u TV nso ye TV no nso so ase because level na edru ye ne de ba means no ebefa TV no All right, so we are standing in the living room. Auntie Regina Asante. We are standing in the living room of Auntie Regina Asante, and I can attest to the fact that there's nothing literally that you can retrieve from this room. You can actually see the depth and then the level of the water before her people, her son was able to escape. Wow. O bedroom any. Oh, Erade Nyankopon. This is devastating. Enti no mehwa level la na nsuo no ebedru ye enie. Enti niema esi form there including empa suitcase. Empa boy de menye hwe so benye bi krampo efrim because me hu se bia why. Yeah, you can only laugh sometimes when it comes to these issues. She can only laugh at this point because you know me huni amenka kwa. Auntie Regina, where dear Kafra, me ankasa me di meni ehu say bibi eni ho a yebetumi salvage agi sentade na ntade no krampo the way a ensuo no afana na aye no if you have how many bedrooms? 4. 4 bedrooms say everywhere. Na mpatro say we there na order. Me da from. Oda from. Utuminya mattress a woda so na wo ye den na order. Say oh no mo. Wo de ketese. Na me de blanket access. Enti say no wo se na wabrabo asesa no san na mehu se opese usu. Mesrew ensu mehu se weni atata nsuo because we be bia eko Auntie Regina Kafra. Bibia say oh, Auntie Regina, where dear Kafra, so she's shedding tears because, of course, almost everything is gone. Into kitchen, had ye in chance kakra sisrono and no penna and huanka, but bibia microwave, bibia si for munina blender. Oh, Auntie Regina, where dear Kafra. She's taking us on a tour through the entire house, and it's ground zero. I can attest to the fact that this is totally ground zero. Nothing to be Auntie Regina, nothing to be salvaged at all. Echreno, I am for her. Okay, no person me bibi or ho. Okay, any patro me cameraman no. Ebe try ediwechi. I say. Okay. A horse so watch me BB or hono momeboa. Okay, let me try and go and see what she's trying to show me. Okay, me ba hono mo ateche e wa ha bebre. Oh, enti wally na ejina so normal. Okay, but in no force no. And a boo wall no.
Copy mango na se ho.
Enti asema ye kan de o house o fie de ground zero kra won't mean salvage bibia na me patcho aban nadumofo we hu mo e wo around ha say
I'm say 3 days 4 days no ba ha ba no be church ne ma bia am say mo kwa ba o ma bi e dey no mo be chọ mo ba ne dey no mo chọ o mo bi say nipa say na we re mo ha mo ne ba say esu free lay su ko nyina bia bia say eso me dey na me say you serious
because me hu say wo krampo ebu enim ne echire no enyina na enso Auntie Regina enso o tena ha che
o ba che
be how many years ni
almost 15 years me ma me na tia okay me dey na meti labadi ana we free mo ntino me ma be take over ntimi ha pa de me better be 3 years ni
and I'll be take you over and na fly the aye de say no who take you over no we dey bibi eni ho betimi take you over bi o mo bibi akọ. All right, Auntie Regina, yenko sana wokano no this entire area, every household in this entire area was affected. I'm even trying to maneuver my way just so I can get to other houses, and it's even difficult. So imagine how Auntie Regina herself has been trying to survive in this house that has every single property in it, including TV sets, refrigerators, kitchen utensils, clothes, and everything almost gone. Auntie Regina, patro ye ko e dine etwaso no ye besia baby o ye basisia So this is still TV3 Newday, and we visited a place in Chado, and I'm told that this area is called something Milo. Let me get closer to some of the residents, and they'll clarify exactly where we are in Chado. And I'm told that all the houses here, every single one of them was affected by the flood. So let me also go to the next house. Some of them are still under lock and key, and I can imagine what's going on inside. But every house has got clothes hanging on drying lines, showing how much damage has been done and what they are trying to salvage through laundry. Yes, okay. Let me visit Randa. But what is the name of this area again? Can you clarify for me? Chado telephone pole. Okay, Chado telephone pole. Hello, good morning. You can talk, but you talk off camera. But can you just ascertain if you were affected by the floods? All of you. And all of you want to talk off camera. Or sweetheart, you want to talk to me? The gentleman on the phone? No, but you said you want to. Why do you want to talk off camera? Okay, that's why I want to talk off camera. Okay. Ma, good morning. Oh. Me who say anope as I will try apam or mattress way. Oh. Ayasemo. Mattress way patrona e bedroom and sanansuo start here na.
Your bedroom. Na start.
Enti start here no na wo hefa. Me who say wo man so ejina wo nchen na mo wo he.
Na ye ni ho mofra tu na wo fie.
Mofra tu. E na wo fie.
We. And other guy back na wo fie.
Sweetheart, come and let me talk to you so you tell me exactly what happened and what you saw. So when it started raining, at what point did you realize that no, this wasn't normal?
When it gets to this place.
Okay, which level? So it had gotten to the door level when you realized that no, this wasn't normal. So at the time, what did you do?
I didn't do anything. I started packing the important things.
Okay, important things like what?
Like my books, me and my brother's things. Yes, the one on the floor, we started packing it.
Okay. And then when you packed it, by the time you were done, what level had the water got into?
This place.
It had got into this level. Because I see the line here. Yes, but it started to rise. So at the time, where were you and where was your brother?
I was on the top of my bed. The
you
student's
went on
bed.
the top of your bed, the
Yes.
student's bed. And where was your brother?
He was standing here.
He was standing on this slab
Yes.
here,
Yes.
and you were on top of your bed.
Yes.
Did you have access to a phone? Could you call anyone? At the point, did you realize that your life was in danger? So what did you do at that time?
I didn't do anything. I started praying.
Okay. So you remained on top of your bed until the rain was over?
No, some people come and take us.
Okay.
Then they send us to the house.
Which people? Which people came to rescue you?
I don't know them.
Wow. So that was the answer to the prayer that you prayed that day, because you told me that you were praying. The people who came, you don't know them from anywhere. They just came to the house to rescue you? Okay. Well, when they rescued you, where were you taken to?
That house, the white one.
So the story building
Yes.
was where. But at the time when you were being taken there, what was happening in the area? Because I can tell that the water level was still
Yes,
very high.
everywhere
So-
was flooding.
So you swam through the water?
They
or
carried
they
me.
carried you? The people carried you and took you over there?
Yes.
Who? Ma. Any na chese baby ana wo no. Omo frɛ wo no. Wo yemu hye wo.
Papa.
I fa na na wo ansa na. When a frɛ first, wo baba na na
Me na me tea wɔ radio mu.
Okay.
Nti me frɛ me ba very my back on because na me brother ni ho. Na me frɛ me sister in law no so den kwala ne ko school.
Baba ma na ono be gina short
Yes.
slide bi so.
Okay,
ona.
Nti me frɛ ni sɛ wɔyɛ okay ana no say there bi wɔnyɛ okay. Nti ɛhɔ na me fa car fi mountains. Me bedu Madina na yenya car ma because na car ma ha. Nti me try until say about 3-4 hours later. Sunday yenya car there but nti it wasn't easy. Everywhere bibia not just the flood but in sooner the by sticky muddy. Und say bibia nsuo fi pa just say one hwe kra na ma infection. Even bibi kra na ka.
Oh, you're starting to get skin irritations because of the water. Enti mattress here more try some more permanent pay. Insuno na atete ne sa na say.
Atete ne sa. nsuo na atete.
Enti we no what happen no be how many days in here?
It's about 6 days. Okay. Last week.
Okay. Enti afi na awo kakra wo try say all patch here. Okay. Enti for the past week enfa na moda.
Yeah, that guest house.
One day you're saying, one night you're saying.
1 night 800.
Enti be 1 week in here. What the guest house 1 night 800. Enti almost 2 weeks in here. Every night be 800.
Guest house you.
Na enti enese mo betumi ada ha.
Nrana we spraying we be fumigate ya hanam.
Mamu na be fumigation no.
Yeah, Fred, my brother Fred no be fumigation wa hanam.
Okay. Mwa nkasa na mo ye fumigation enye na adumo wa na sa aban.
Mo nya aban.
Enti sese no se wo sese oniema a wahwere yemfa ne se bia Ghana city mu a wa wo hwe be sen.
Ya hwe niema be say ayi over 2 billion. Over 2 because blender anya adwuma even tell bibi anya adwuma nsu no ko bibi ko hwe ba bia tell ni bo car esia car foforo eno so say nsu ko mu asai.
Okay, area Muhammad say for Hassan bium chado telephone.
Very heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. I don't even know how people in these communities are going to recover at this point from, properties that they've lost to even the risk that they have to face at this point with skin diseases, outbreak of cholera, so many issues. And, that question will keep ringing in their minds. Is it even a good idea to continue staying in that house? Because what if rain falls again? What if another flood hits their community? What are they going to do? It's not something you can recover from that easily. And we do hope that help will come their way as soon as possible. But if it's your birthday today, happy birthday to you. I'd like to say, first of all, happy birthday, Mary Asantia Samoa. It's your birthday. We're chilling after today. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. But God bless you. But also, happy birthday going out to Edward Kofi. I missed the first name. Just for her sake, can I just get the first name? Edward Kofi Edem and Salome Sewa Ado Ampedu. All right, happy birthday to you as well. And to Edward Kofi Edem Ametepe, happy birthday. Also going out to Kwada Sohima, God bless you. Happy birthday, Papaya in Sunama, C of Emna Star and Minister Holdings, all right. Happy birthday also going out to Mr. Wanda Nuku, aka Otega, God bless you, sir. Supplier of Dodo Cosmetics. Mr. Gordon Kumi, C of Kumi Couture at Spintex. Happy birthday. Also going out to Joshua Botre from your wife and kids. And to Ernest Sedem Anawo, God bless you. Mrs. Belinda Abulusu of Kaneshi Polyclinic, enjoy your day, ma'am. Also going out to Daniel Setroefia of Pando Asito. All right. Happy birthday going out also to Philomena Akan Muriba from Navrongo. You're pretty. Abina Adipa, news anchor at Akoma 87.9. Oh, our sister from another mother, right? Happy birthday, sweetheart. God bless you. Angela Soa works at Ghana National Fire Service, Kolebu. This is from LFW Mufat. Vida Ej, most charming, funny, attractive, rocking personality. Aish. Happy birthday, Eugenia Myers. God bless you. Mary Abena Sapoma Bempa. Enjoy your day. Chief Inspector Julius Clement Ama of NPD Nations Headquarters from Inspector Frimpoma. Mrs. Ruth Kote, Church Mother of Yahweh Chapel International, Teshi. Happy birthday, ma'am. IBN Lens, member media team of the Ghana National Fire Service Headquarters. God bless you. Tahib Salia, Salis Mohammed. All right, from Yasantua to you. Enjoy your day. Mabel Sefako Asibeche of Atimpoku. Maybe you didn't relax the picture crowd. Kat Charity Nyawa. What's Kat, by the way?